Welcome to the truth. Here at Alpha University, we cater to mathematics, sex education, and modern day philosophy. Yeah, some classes may be for you, some classes might not be for you. But in any event, you come to this school for the truth. Only students you see here on campus are the ones that think for themselves, critical thinkers. We do not cater to any groups, gangs, religions, or communities. We cater to the truth. We do not complicate common sense. School to learn all the things gynocracy didn't want you to know. You come to this school for the truth. Look around. All you see is critical thinkers, people that think for themselves, people that know what they've been doing ain't been working, so why not try something new? Keep in mind, guys, that you will be shamed, you will be ridiculed, and you will be bashed for not wanting to be like the majority. But over here, your favorite teacher, Mr. Goodbread, and enough of the speech, you guys get the class. If ever you do not like what you are hearing, you can please get up from your chair and remove yourself from your desk and quietly leave the classroom. Refrain from bothering anybody else in the class. Do not distract anybody from growing because you choose not to grow. Goodbye. Class will be starting in a few. Alright guys, I want y'all to follow on in. I want y'all to remove them thinking caps. I want y'all to remove them gyno-land caps, guys. Alright guys? Come on in, come on in. We got a big day today. We trying to find out why the people don't follow instructions, why they can't follow instructions, why they don't want to follow instructions. What happened to the instructions? All right, guys. So while we let more people come in, I'm going to play another intro. You know that beat is fire. That beat do be hitting. So I'm going to go with another intro, guys. Guys, just pay your tuition on the income. The income is just hitting the like button, guys. That's the tuition. Just hit the like button on your way in. That's all we ask for. And remove those gyno-land thinking caps, guys. We come here to think. We come here to hear some new stuff that we never heard before. We didn't think about it. Some of us might have. You know what I mean, guys? All right.
Do what I do, because I don't give a fuck. One or two people side with it, and them the one or two people that's rolling with me. I'm not looking at the majority. I told y'all from day one, the majority's not gonna side with you. I'm only gonna get subscribers here and there, and that's cool. I'd rather have 50 killers than 1,000 soldiers. Yeah. So they always gonna be mad. Welcome. Welcome.
That's just how it is. You have to check this out. Because we're warning guys about the bad woman, which now has pretty much leveraged most of the world. So the type of woman that is good is pretty much slim. We're not teaching hate. We're teaching understanding.
Relationships with old baggage and penalizing the new person for what the old person did. You just limit yourself from meeting a new person. You know what I mean? You drag old old incidents right on into a new situation.
In the other communities, because they attack us, they attack the poor. That's part of their plan, to get the poor people that got money to spend. That shit don't even sound right.
Well, it's always an experiment.
That got money to spend. Like, so y'all gonna play on our intelligence. If you calling us poor, then obviously we shouldn't have money to spend. But this is how they look at us and they program us. And people
well, psychological warfare has always been the silent. I call it silent wars of psychological warfare, because
I'm gonna be safe, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm gonna add you right now.
Keep your ass in the house, bro. All right, man.
Oh, I am.
Much love, man. Much love, man.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, guys. Shout out to the chat. We're going to get started, guys. We ready to get busy, man. I appreciate everybody for coming over and just giving me your time. You know, time is our money, guys. Time is really our money. People value money different, but money is just an object. It's just a tool. Y'all already know that, guys. But it's your time that's more important. But you guys, y'all choose to spend your time getting informed with some new type of perspective, some new information, because the old information that we all been eating, it ain't been growing us. Like, think about it, guys. Like, why is we always in a position to have like guys? And I'm speaking for my guys now. That's what we here for, my guys, because we have the hardest struggle in this whole game, guys. Think about it, guys. Think about it. To be a man in this gynocracy means you have the right to do nothing. Your only right is to not do something, guys, right? And we don't want to cry about it, right? Because we can't cry about it either, because crying about it slow us down, and it keep us, you know what I mean? It keep us rejecting this. It keep us from bonding with our brothers and learning new perspectives. You know what I mean? Because we're already brainwashed, and we already done gave up. We already battered and beaten to a pulp to where it's like, that shit ain't gonna work. That's not gonna happen. That don't matter. That don't matter. And we reject the education. But guys, education is the only way out of this. Keep educating yourself, and that's why I want to tell you guys that come over here to the channel and you watch these videos and you show me the support. Pat yourself on the back, because you one step ahead of the rest of the sheep, guys. You guys want to educate yourself. You look forward to educating yourself and hearing something. And we ain't gonna ever agree on everything. No, that's not what we ever here to do. You know what I mean? And as this video would show, guys, that's not what the instructions say we're gonna do either. The instructions say we're going to share our opinions, and we're going to share our beliefs, and we're going to manifest our beliefs together and come up with a solution, because that's the only way out, guys. It's through education. But once we start getting the big head, the ego, you know what I mean, the know-it-all amongst each other, then we're going to fall. We're going to fail, guys. We have to see eye to eye. We have to speak the same language, guys. You know what I mean? That means we just gotta have the same vision. Our beliefs is never gonna be the same, because we're all indoctrined and we're all ingrained this differently, guys. You know what I mean? But good timing, my boy. Okay, let's talk about it. Just entered the building. And guys, so what we like to do before we even get into the little deep knowledge and the research and stuff like that is, when we do our Bible studies, you know what I mean? And we're going to call it Bible studies, but really this is the Red Pill book. If you red pill and you consider yourself red pill, and this is a red pill channel, then guys, then you must know this. You know what I mean? If the person that you go to for red pill information, and red pill mean you believe what you see, not what you want it to be, or not what the government push in front of you and wants you to believe. You believe what you see. You know what I mean? If the sky is blue, it don't matter how many news stories they gonna run to tell you it's white. You know that the sky is blue. All right, guys? And that's what it's about. All right? So like I said, okay, let's introduce yourself, my G. I know that y'all already know him, but okay. Well, in any event, guys, we like to do a little prayer. You know what I mean? I like to do a little prayer because when you get into the Bible, when you start to read this book, because that's all it is, guys. Like, I don't know why people run from it. Like, it's an instruction manual, guys. You don't need you don't need to be all right. Like, let's back it up, guys. Let's get it. Right. First of all, stop thinking that the Bible and the church are the same. They're two different entities. It's apples and orange, guys. The church is Zaddy's little, you know what he do there. You know what he doing there. He banking on them people. He playing on the people intelligence. That ain't got a goddamn thing to do with this instruction manual, though, guys. Are y'all understanding that? Are y'all understanding that? And we'll get to why I'm so colorful while we're talking about this, because don't get the brainwash because I'm talking about this, I'm not supposed to be colorful, I'm not supposed to be passionate, I'm not supposed to be hood. Like, we got to get this brainwash up out of our head. All it is an instruction manual, guys, right? If I threw you on a planet, population 0, and it's just you, and then we gave you a female, and we gave you your favorite entertainment book, or whatever book you worship, that you read and that you live your life by. We gave you that book, and we gave you them instructions, a Bible. Which book do you think gonna help you further the population? You know what I mean? I don't care who wrote it. We could sit here and debate all day about who wrote it, how it's written, and all this. The things that's in that book work. So thank you, whoever wrote it. If it was a man, woman, child, thank you. We need to thank them because the things in that book really work. You know what I mean? But you see, the problem is now. So now let's say I give you an instruction. Let's say I give you a recipe book, right? And I give you the recipe on how to bake a cake, right? And you follow that recipe to the T and you make your cake. You're gonna be very proud of yourself. You're gonna be very happy, right? So now, what we have going on now in our society and in our community is, right? We was given a recipe book, but we chose to make our own cake. Do you guys get that? We were given a recipe book, but we chose to make our own cake. And not only that, on top of us deciding to make our own cake, we jacked the cake up, right? And now we're gonna cover the cake up. Our cake is nasty, but we're gonna cover it up. We're gonna throw this on it. We're gonna patch this on it, and we're gonna, instead of just breaking it all down, going to the recipe book, we all glossing it. We trying to, you know what I mean? We trying to, and we forcing it in people's hands. We're trying to force people to believe that this is what it is. This is what it is. That's what's going on, guys. It's sad, guys. You know what I mean? Timothy 4:3-4, guys. Not to get all, you know what I mean? But we got to feel it, guys. You know what I mean? For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itchy ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into the myth. All right, guys, like, everything in here is written. It's written. So like with me, when I teach, I'm not teaching you some old any old thing, right? Like I could always go to where I got what I got from, where I can go to that. Like, you know what I mean? So when that's why we call it the red pill, because it's the red pill book. The same way we have things in that book that tells us about the bad women we mess with. The same thing, we have things in that book, in that instruction manual that tell us how to fix ourselves and how to get ourselves to our own purpose and win, really win, not have to fake it till we make it and cater to our ego. There's things in there. You know what I mean? We can't just cherry pick, which that's important because we're going to get to that. Because, guys, I was on the Jessica X platform and I was kicking what I kicked, you know? And in fact, shout outs to the Jessica X platform panel because they gave me my little new nickname, you know what I mean, guys? For those of you that ain't know, I am officially Mr.Goodbread, a.k.a. Bible God. You know what I mean? And I don't feel no way. I don't feel no way about it, brother, okay? Because I know how it go in Gyno land. In Gyno land, a lot of people are conditioned and brainwashed to have the female tendencies where you just make fun of something. Like, that's very girly, like, to just try to make fun of something that you fear or you're intimidated by or that you just don't like or you don't understand. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. I was listening the whole time, man. I apologize for coming in a little late. I was a little busy, but I'm here. I'm here.
No diggity.
Goodbread, did you go over those Bible verses?
Nah, I didn't. I just touched on a couple of, my favorite things. I didn't go over my favorite ones though. You got that list, but
okay. So I'm here.
Now that you here, let's just play my favorite stuff. Like, guys, those of you that's listening, when I read this verse right here that I'm gonna play for y'all guys, it changed my whole perspective. And not to even be sounding corny or nothing, because that's Gyno land shit right there. And when I say Gyno land stuff, guys, that's what I was talking about in the beginning. Those of you that just jumped in on the chat, go back to the beginning when I explained how Gyno land forces us dudes to have nothing. They don't want us with nothing at all. You know what I mean? So
all facts. Shout out to your supporters too, man. They've been showing me mad love, Mr. Goodbread. Like they come through and they let me know they checking in. So shout out to all your supporters. Shout out to your followers because they definitely be fucking with Mr. OKL, and I really appreciate that.
That's what's up, guys. That's what's up. That's what it's all about, guys. It's about supporting, and it's just about not blocking new information. You're not gonna agree with everything, but you take the meat and the potatoes of it, the chunk, the stuff that you could use, and let me throw away the rest. Nobody said you gotta listen to everything. And for one, we ain't sitting here trying to push no beliefs on you. You gonna believe what you want to believe. You know what I mean? This is the problem. You'll follow whatever instructions that'll make you feel good, but you won't follow the right instructions. You know what I mean?
You always gotta question the right instructions.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? So let's play that video real quick so that more people could get in the chat so that they won't miss the meat and the potatoes of this.
Okay then. Let's get in.
My son, keep my words and treasure up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live. Keep my teaching as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call insight your intimate friend to keep you from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words. For at the window of my house I have looked out through my lattice, and I have seen among the simple, I have perceived among the youths, a young man lacking sense, passing along the street near her corner, taking the road to her house in the twilight and the evening, at the time of night and darkness. And behold, the woman meets him, dressed as a prostitute, wily of heart. She is loud and wayward. Her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the market, and at every corner she lies in wait. She seizes him and kisses him, and with bold face she says to him, I had to offer sacrifices, and today I have paid my vows. So now I have come out to meet you, to seek you eagerly, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings, colored linens from Egyptian linen. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love till morning. Let us delight ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He took a bag of money with him. At full moon he will come home. With much seductive speech, she persuades him. With her smooth talk, she compels him. All at once he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a stag is caught fast till an arrow pierces its liver, as a bird rushes into a snare. He does not know that it will cost him his life. And now, O sons, listen to me, and be attentive to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths, for many a victim has she laid low, and all her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death.
All right, guys. So as you see, that's one of the verses that when I read that right there, and guys, that's Proverbs 7. You know what I mean? That's his warning. So when I read that right there, to me, that's like popping a red pill. If you dealing with these red pill coaches and they not telling you that type of information and they not tying it in like that, then they just trying to cater to your itchy ear. You know what I mean? And that's what I was talking about in the beginning, guys. That's not what we fitting to do. That's not what I'm fitting to do. You know what I mean? And I could talk how I talk because I have looked myself in the mirror and I have honestly speaking have said, these are the things I need to fix. These are the things I'm weak at. How do I do that? And I went to the instruction manual, and the instruction manual told me how to fix those things. And then I fixed those things, and I started to see everything that I started manifesting started to come to truth. Like, so that's all it's about, guys. That's all it's about. Brother, okay, you want to chime in? Right, guys? So you are of the Father, the devil, and you will is to do Father desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and has nothing to do with the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his character, for he is a liar and a father of lies. You know what I mean, guys? Like in the instruction manual, it tell you how critical lies is. So a lie is not good to tell. And you know what I mean? It just show you, it just lets you know. All right, guys. So brother, okay, is you there? We're gonna end up going to the Jessica X show in a minute, guys. So we can start that. We can start that breakdown.
We here. We
want to put the Jessica X. Want to pull the Jessica X?
Let's pull that on up. Let's pull that
on up.
Okay then. So that's what did I say? That's on the where you sent me in my email, right?
Yeah, that should be on your email.
Let's pull it right on up. Very interesting video too. And I made sure I didn't really fully watch it because I wanted to get that full effect. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to make sure I get my okay. All right, let me see how this going. Of
course it can.
Okay, we're gonna do it like that right there. Let me play it. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Of course.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's perfect. That was perfect.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that everybody, you know, I like to make sure that people can hear that shit.
Facts.
So I put it down there for you. Whenever you ready, we ready.
All right, let's get it. Education
over entertainment. What's going on, my brother?
Facts. Mr. Approach, you supposed to be in the chat, man. You supposed to be playing those things in.
Let's get it right.
Where you at, Mr. Approach?
Of course, it can't. Yeah. Of course, I'm willing to accept. I'm probably not going to get.
Okay. So my bad for stop, but that dude I was talking about, like he gave me straight beta vibes, but I didn't get a chance to keep watching it. But it's interesting. I want to see what happens.
Yeah. Of course, I'm willing to accept. I'm probably not going to get that at the most. I'll probably get like 5 out of 10. I'll probably end up with a female that's like 34, 24, 38, and she might play a video game like Animal Crossing, and that's it. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're a guy. Guys will accept that 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Women want 10 out of 10. So if you're missing one thing, they will literally throw the whole baby out with the bathwater. Get with a guy who has 1 out of 10 and then regret getting with him. Then hits you up on some hey stranger because they realize like, oh, he had 8 out of 10. But by that time, once you know your work, you're like, yo, I don't even want to deal with you no more. And then that's what leaves them like straggle daggers. Now they out here just looking like dealing with scrap. Because as a dude, you're practical. You'll be like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll take 8 out of 10.
So guys, the topic was
6 out of 10.
Who are the prize, men or women?
But what I'm saying is it's like for both sides, for men.
In case y'all didn't hear him, he said the title is "Who Are the Prize, Men or Women?"
There is a hyperbolic perception of what they want their girl to be, which is what I just reiterated. For my example, 34, 24, 36, freak, loves games, loves wrestling, blah blah blah. And there's a hyperbolic. It's just like there's a hyperbolic example from a woman's perspective, which is
what the hell this man talking about?
The body of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and make like 6 figures.
Right. Everybody's respecting them, guys. Everybody's sitting there listening. We all sitting here hearing them out, yo. Nobody's interrupting them. We all giving him the floor.
Okay.
Like write poetry in the bathtub or whatever, something like that. There. There's like a hyperbolic example on both ends. But if we don't meet that guy, but instead, if the female meets a guy that's just come back and he's real about who he is and is genuine, and at the bare minimum, at least just treats her with respect. And the same goes with men. If we meet that female who is maybe not a 34, 24, 36, instead of she's like 35, 25, 40, but like she's respectful.
That's just how good.
I disagree.
Get him.
I disagree with that.
It's not like if a female says, hey, if you were just asked about the blue, hey,
brother, I hit that. Now you see how humble I was with him. You know me, like I'm on somebody else's platform, so I'm an alpha. It's no need to get all macho. You know what I mean? But it's crazy.
This man, you could tell he's in his feelings or something. He's really explaining like a female right now. I'm not receiving him.
It's like he's trying to cater to what he want them to say. It's like he want to say something so perfect that it has the audience like, oh, but you know what I mean? It's all of a lie.
Right. He sounds stupid. CMTV, what's happening?
Your dream dude, and they're like, I want a guy that makes 6 figures and a body like the Dwayne.
It's gonna be a whole contradiction though. They're gonna want a guy who's sensitive and aggressive and shit like that. Like everything they describe is gonna contradict. It's gonna kind of be 2 different people.
I think a lot of the time, just because I wanted to jump in there. I think Iron Feta has a good point. A lot of the time, women don't really know what they want, and sometimes you can throw things out there. And so, what women want can be contradictory at the same time, because you're like, I want a guy that's dominant, but then I also want a guy that's soft. And you want kind of all of these oxymorons that sometimes you're not really going to be able to get in one person.
Yo, hold on, pause that. You see how she just. Like, it went over his head, but she just played them right there. But he don't get it. Like, the beta in him won't get it. So she just told him all of that. Want a girl that watch wrestling and this and that and all that stuff he just want. It ain't going to happen. And it's crazy because it's a lot of guys that go on her show and they just cater to what they believe. Remember, we did a video. You guys could go back and catch that, where the guy was telling her that she was the prize, and she was dead telling him like, no,
That's not.
Right.
I remember that. I remember
You can't
that
make this up.
You can't.
Was on point in what he was saying in that.
I gotta be my phone to keep my relationship together.
I'll have one last thing. I want to have an objection to that. If you don't mind, I'm sorry. I want to object to that real quick.
Go ahead. And then afterwards, I want to bring in Mr. Goodbread because he was trying to jump in.
Yes, I just have to. All right. Well, there's also a contradictory on the male.
She held me down, y'all. Y'all peeped that? She held me down too. She wanted to hear what I had to say. It intrigued her. The masculinity intrigued her. Shout out to Jessica X.
Shout out to Jessica X. And he's doing exactly what I thought he was gonna do. I don't. One thing I don't like the most is when even a female is telling you to your face their nature. He's trying to merge. He's trying to like reroute her own brain. He's trying to make her get into that gynoland mind state when she's clearly trying to give him facts. Like she's clearly trying to give him facts.
Right, and she don't even identify with the. She don't identify with the privileges of gynoland. But when a hell of a son see any woman, they think that she identified because who they was under, the hell of a mother.
Facts. Okay.
As far as example, that like there's men out there that want a female who's a freak but has never who never had sex, or a virgin for some cases. I've ran into those men, and it's like okay, like if you want a freak, you get it's gonna be experience. Otherwise, I don't care how.
Shout out to Jimmy Doors for that super chat. Shout out to Jimmy Doors for the super chat.
Shout out Jimmy.
It's gonna be experience. Otherwise, I don't care how much a girl loves you. I don't care how much a girl loves you. If she's a virgin and never had experience with sex, the best you're gonna get is a whole bunch of teeth on your dick. I'm just saying.
It's your job to direct those.
Yo, where they get this man from?
I don't know. He saved all of that for that. He wanted that little punchline right there. But that is shout outs to my brother, Mr. Palmer. That's what you call a simp enforcer right there.
Oh my goodness.
That's where your direction comes into play.
I appreciate your patience, Mr. Goodbread, because you've been trying to chew his head off for the past 5 minutes, and you letting them ramble on. Ain't nobody even letting you get your point out.
Yeah, you know how we do. It's simple. We don't complicate common sense. They all throw in their little beliefs on there, but where did they get them beliefs from? They get them beliefs from the system that we not supposed to intake. They get their beliefs from gynoland, the gynoland school, the gynoland rules, the news, the radio. That's where they get all their information from. So I be
Virgin would be an example of a contradictory thing on men's side, right? But you come across those contradictions less often than you do the ones on the women's side.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Exactly. She just called him out. She just called him out right there.
Called him.
He's calling out the contradictions in men, but when it comes to the women, he's trying to put it on a pedestal type of thing. He's trying to put women on the pedestal. He's not trying to call them out for real.
Absolutely.
That was a brilliant call out by her.
She called him. She set him up for that. Like, honestly, she the female K Sam. She the female K Sam. She swerved him with that one.
I ain't gonna lie. I like this one. I like Jessica.
There are going to be contradictions in both, but one is way more prevalent than the other. And I think even I Am Feta was saying earlier in that, okay, in our head, we all have these ideals, right? I can create my ideal person. I want him to look this way. I want him to do this, that, the other. Men can have the same, right? So I want that woman that, what did you say? She's 34, 26, 34,
93.
93.
Whatever your perfect measurements are. You can have that ideal in your head, but men will be much more realistic in the everyday, in that, okay, I might not be able to find that woman as 34, 26, 34, but I see this woman, she's a good woman, she's bringing this, that, the other, okay, I'm willing to give this a go. Whereas women are more reluctant. And those are the differences. We can say something exists on both sides, but it's a much bigger problem on one side than it is the other.
Uh-huh.
That's why we have these conversations.
Well said.
I would agree with you. I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's just a a flaw, I would say.
Here we look.
Yeah,
I got a big problem with him, man. I got an issue with this man now.
Yo, he just always got to hear himself talk. He one of those guys that like to hear himself talk.
No, you could shout out. Hey, go ahead and shout out RKA TV, man. Rex and King's activities, man. We appreciate y'all for that support, man. From King's
That's
RKA,
UK. That's UK too. That's what's up, my guy.
All the way from the UK. We ain't gonna stop it. We appreciate that support, man. This is what keeps us going.
That's the
reality.
I can agree with a flaw in a structure. That structure is not safe, right?
I mean, okay, say that again. I'm sorry.
A flaw is a problem. If there's a flaw in the way that I build a building, then guess what? Everyone who is in that building, their life is in danger.
Okay.
So if there's a flaw, we need to correct it. That's a problem.
Absolutely. And guys, I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have now is people have stopped working on themselves, right? People feel entitled to get great results without a sacrifice.
People or women? Exactly.
Both. We're talking about both because if it go for the pause it real quick.
I disagree.
All right, guys. He said he disagreed, but y'all know over here,
act like a woman.
Over here, we don't cater to no group, gang, community, movement, gender, religion. You know what I mean? We not religious, guys. We religious, guys. For real. Like, honestly, like I told you guys in the beginning, you do not have to be a painter to read the instructions on how to put some paint on a goddamn wall. So let's stop it. Let's stop complicating common sense, guys. Right. We could always go to the book. Like, you know what I mean? I don't do this back and forth, this debate. Like, let's go to the book. Like, I don't go off for the word of mouth. Like, let's go to the instructions. Let's go to the instructions. Because that's what I use. And I'm in a good position. Ain't nobody that ever tried to play me end up in a better position than me. Period. Yeah.
Facts.
Both. We're talking about both because if it go for what's good for the gay,
I disagree.
Listen, we got the war right. This gender war, guys. Realistically, this gender war is between 71% of women and 80% of men. Now,
if that's the case, who started it?
The women.
Not gonna get into that.
I mean, you can get into it.
That's just another gender war fight.
That's just a loophole waiting to happen. It's a rabbit hole.
It kind of is, but guys, we all know if we refer to the basic instructions before leaving Earth, which we tend to throw away now because none of us went by that instructional manual. So because we didn't go by that instructional manual, we all push it to the side. But there's things in that instruction manual that if we would have followed it, none of us would be in this position that we are in right now. I mean, I'm gonna put myself in that position, even though I've been in a relationship for 16 years, guys. Not to brag, not to toot my own horn, but I'm saying
brag on it. That's an achievement.
I say that because we need more. Pause it real quick, because honestly, I always throw that out there because we live in the gyno land, and gyno land, they don't like that. They don't like that togetherness. They do not promote the relationships. They honor the single mom's plantation. So those of you that do have a legitimate situation, you be proud. You know what I mean? You don't be ashamed. Don't feel bad that you have a legit situation. You wear that drink with a badge of honor. They can't get you. You feel me, guys? Remember, guys, we here to uplift brothers, and this is what you got to do at the end of the day. Why people don't follow the instructions, yo? Why people don't know how to follow instructions? Y'all don't like following instructions or something? It's quite simple. It's very, very simple. He ain't asking nobody but to put him first, which you need to do instead of putting coochie or instead of putting how you look, your looks in front of you. Know what I mean? That's all he asking people. All he asking people is to follow 10 rules, and definitely don't do 7. You know what I mean?
And
It's
if
not hard. Like,
and if you go deeper into it, if you go to Deuteronomy, there's
I mean,
hundreds
yeah,
of
we could
rules.
do all that, but what we
That's
do
for
best,
later
what
though.
we do best over here, we don't complicate the common sense.
We
And
don't.
that's why a lot of people run from the instructional manual, because so many people put their spin on it and make it more than what it is. So they got people all scared. So now you got to be this way and that way, where nowhere in them instructions do it say you can't live your best life without, as long as you're not hurting somebody or hurting yourself.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Let's continue this, man.
We need more shine on the relationships that figured it out.
Right.
You know, the relationships that
Right.
figured out, we get pushed under the rug, and it's sad because it comes down to them basic instructions. All right, so it's written in the form of husband and wife. All right, so we know we didn't do that. We didn't vet our mates the way we were supposed to. But just because it's written in the form of husband and wife, don't mean that those stories in there and those chapters don't refer to how we are supposed to build our life. Like an instruction manual.
Are you talking about the Bible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm an atheist, so I'm out of this conversation.
I mean, it's all
I'm out of this conversation.
Hey, okay, I'm gonna have to.
You see how the mood changed.
Hey, see, my issue with that is this: you just broke down simple. And I don't care if you believe in the Bible or not. And then being an atheist is not the fact that you don't believe in the Bible. It's just that you don't believe in a God. All right, so that's what an atheist is. But reading literature and understanding basic instructions has nothing to do with atheism. So what I don't like is the fact that he pushed it aside just because he's an atheist without extracting the vital information that you got to give. What did you say wrong? What did you say that wasn't righteous?
Yo, brother,
what did
okay.
you say? Come on, man.
Brother, okay. That's fact, but
I don't like,
you know what I mean? But you know, they have hell of a mother written all over them. And this is, look at him. Just look at his movements. Yo, just watch how as soon as I said it, he just moved, and just watch him, just play it. I don't want to put nothing on nobody, because like I said in the beginning, I'm not here to judge anybody that's doing something that I have not judged for myself. I've judged me. I judge me first. You know what I mean? So that's what give me the right to call out bad behavior. And I can take you to the script that say that. Like I tell you, we not here to complicate common sense. We here to say what the instruction manual say and why y'all don't follow the instruction manual. You know what I mean? Everybody living messed up. We quick to say how the black community wasn't a black community since we left the church. I wonder why. Guys. You know what I mean? In the men defense, I know why we left the church, because God will tell us when we need to get up and out of there. God will tell us when we need to leave a place that we not welcome. And in this modern time, we not welcome in them buildings, but we ain't never was supposed to be in them buildings to begin with.
That's a fact.
The buildings don't got nothing to do with the Bible. The Bible is the Bible. That's the basic instructions before leaving Earth. You know what I mean? And it's just what it is.
Point blank.
I'm an atheist, so I'm out of this conversation.
I mean, it's all
I'm out of this conversation too.
You see, and you know what's crazy? Because
don't ostracize yourself. Don't ostracize yourself.
I'm not. Listen. You know, we gotta stop complicating common sense, guys. This is another issue that we have.
A lot of things is common sense.
Some people don't have it.
It's not common.
It's like It's like batteries is not always included. But
batteries not included.
In any event, guys, that Bible is the basic instructions before leaving Earth, right? Bible. So now, when you get an instruction manual for anything you buy, right? If you follow the instruction manual, you have a great product. It works the way you want it to work. Now, if you start remixing the instruction manual to fit your comfort or your belief system, then that's where you're gonna have a problem at, and that's what we have. That's what we're facing right now.
I get you because
sorry, Jess. We have 71% of women who identify and subscribe to the feminism.
Hold on.
Now, according to the Bible, feminism will represent.
What's that? Now, I had to park it because I was flowing right there. But just if
I
you
was
watching, if you tuned in, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to park you. I just had to be an alpha because I know what you around all day. I see what you surrounded around all day. So I had to just, you know what I mean? I know you like that because if you notice, guys, Jessica did not once disagree with me as she's on that panel all day trying to tell these guys how their idea of what they think a man should be to a woman is all the way wrong. Because I'm going off of straight the instructions. I'm when I go on anybody platform, I'm not going there without my instructional manual. So that's probably why I tend to stand out and people come at me like if I said something that is like so amazing or something. Guys, I don't have no magic powers. And to tell you the truth, guys, and I know brother OK could vouch for this too. We was minding our business. We was sitting here minding our business, doing everything that you guys was probably doing better, if not. You know what I mean? And it just happened. Like, yo, help your people just happened.
Right.
And that right there is like the greatest. That was the greatest thing that could ever happen for me.
No, but when you and when a woman can do that, like Jessica X, number one, that y'all having a dialogue and you didn't finish your point. So, regardless of the fact of gender here, she just showed respect because you weren't done with your point. But at the same time, she also showed a good feminine nature as well.
Yes,
she's on her platform, yet she allowed you to flow. You know, you'd have a lot of issues with a lot of women, you know, where they would cut you off, et cetera, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So the fact that she did that made me appreciate that.
But look at dude in the back though. Look, he rocking, and we was dead quiet for this little man's little speech of nonsense. Go on.
Will represent the Lilith and the Satan spirit. Right. Now we have 29% of women that do not subscribe to that, and those are the women who get overlooked. Those are the women that they're in our society, they're in our community, but they don't come with the bells and whistles. They value men. They see the value in the now.
And those are also the ones that aren't 26 to 29, you know what I'm saying, 43. So we looking at the wrong ones.
No.
Do you know what? I would disagree there though. I think
those are the women.
Again, guys, pause it. You see, as soon as they open their mouth, they got her disagreeing with them. As soon as the brother opened his mouth, but those ain't the ones that's 29, 26. And soon as they open their mouth, I disagree though. Like, just let me talk. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn right there. But do you guys see this, like, guys?
I see it clear as daylight.
So they were raised by a father. They wasn't raised in the single mom's household. So you have the women that know that masculine structure, and those are the women in our society that we should be dating. We should be looking for. Now, when we go back to the Bible,
but they're also scarce though. That's a small percentage. Yes, so it's not a lot of them.
Hold on, did the brother get up and go back there and start playing video games?
Are you
wow, yo? Hey, look at his frame. Look at his frame.
Hold on, let me run this back, man. Because I wasn't paying attention to that square.
And this, you gotta distance ourselves, yo. Shout out to Mr. Palmer and the Couch Gang. Any Couch Gang in the building? Let me get a Couch Gang in the chat.
In that chapter, God asked, "Who can find the rare woman?" So now, when we tie it into the thumbnail, you can say that the woman is the prize, because if our creator asked us, "Who can find this rare woman?" then
that be.
Yeah, because it's more than one. I mean, it's 29%.
But no, I'm saying like they were saying before, we're a prize.
This old frail ass motherfucking nigga are gonna sit there and pick up a PlayStation controller for real. And he's shaped like a weak dude. You understand what I'm saying? So I can understand why he so combative against you. This is a pure example of a beta male. 100% beta male.
Yeah, and that's I mean, it's 29%.
But no, I'm saying like they were saying before, we're a prize too. You know what I'm saying? It takes a virtuous man to find a virtuous woman, so we're a prize.
Absolutely. RKA, look at his frame.
It take an alpha male to find the virtuous woman. So yeah, we have. That's why I said that. I go back to what I was saying. The war is not between the virtuous woman and the alpha men. The war is between the entitled folks. And which are the 71% women.
If that's the case, there's more entitled women than there's more entitled men.
No, that's a force. Because you got to remember, guys, women birth these men. All of the men that we talk about that don't know themselves, 9 times out of 10 come from a single mother household. So at the end of the day, nobody.
Yo, this man, I think he got to be gay, man.
You can't say that. He alphabet. He alphabet. No, but I don't think that. I don't even think that. I don't think that. And I mean, I would be wrong to say that. I don't want to put that on him. I don't want to put that on him. Hard talk, what's up? Hard talk is in the building. You know what I mean? But I don't put that on him. What he is he's definitely a beta male. You know what I mean, guys? But he's a nice guy / geek squad. You know what I mean? He's stuck in the middle. You know what I mean? And he just came to cater and pander to Jessica X.
That's it.
And I ain't come and pander. I wasn't coming to pander. I was coming to deliver the word to help my folks.
Goodbread,
like I read in the beginning, guys. Some of them is just going to cater to the itchy ear. And then some people is going to give you the real. And this is the real red pill. When you talk red pill, if you're not talking the basic instructions before leaving Earth, then I don't even want to hear you. Like, I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to hear you because you a whole false prophet to me. You know what I mean? For real.
That's a dang fact. Hey man, I forgot to bring my filter. My bad. Let me bring my filter in this motherfucker.
It's all good.
Is that statistically proven?
You said no one is created equal.
You went mute.
I mean, I feel like
I don't think he can hear us. I don't think he
I think no. He's trying to fix it.
Listen, I get you in that the Bible can set basically almost like he said, almost an instruction manual for how we're meant to be, and it gives us a moral code and a moral compass. And I feel like if you live by that, you can have a decent life. And he's right when he says people cherry pick what they want from the Bible without actually to whatever's to their benefit, right? So we saw the woman at the beginning who said, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." But then when it comes to her actually being submissive, that's where she wants to disregard what the Bible says, and all of a sudden, it's silence, it's crickets. They don't want to acknowledge that part. So the problem with the Bible and religion is that people are cherry picking what they want out of the Bible. They're cherry picking whatever suits them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where that's where I can't do the Bible talk, when people are just cherry picking, and a lot of the time these people aren't even religious. They're not religious. When you actually speak to them, they're doing all sorts of things that the Bible says that you can't do, but you want to cherry pick from the Bible when it comes to what you want from a partner.
Dudes picking out Bible verses just to meet their agenda. You understand?
They'll implement morality based on the Bible.
So now you see what they're gonna ride on. They're gonna ride on bashing the Bible now, but the main
as soon as I left the plan, as soon as I fell off the panel, because what happened there, guys, is me and brother OK, we in constant communication and we be working all day, like we really real. Like those of you guys that don't know me and those of you guys that come from Facebook, y'all know me. Y'all know I'm really who I am in real life. Like I address the problems in real life. Like I'm not easily cancelable. You're not going to be able to cancel me like the rest. So, you know what I mean? I have done the work. This is why I'm so critical with information that I give you guys, and this is why I always reference to the basic instructions, because you know what I mean. Everything in that book that is about a bad woman is correct, just like everything in that book that teaches us how to become better versions of ourselves is on point, guys.
Right.
This is where I get my information from, guys. There's no secret for me. If those of you that watch my female nature videos and my relationship advice videos, I'm not just pulling that information from anywhere. Like, I'm going to the instructions, and what's so real about it is it's tried and tested. Like, you want to get your information, guys, from the scientists. We got a bunch of science teachers running around here, and yeah, the science teacher, they come with well dressed, nice packaged. You know what I mean? They got the money behind them, but all they could do is regurgitate what they heard,
Right.
what they learned from somebody.
Right.
Who learned that from somebody, which that's a great way for information and knowledge to travel. But it's nothing beating the scientists who went through the experience, guys.
Right. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to show like pro action, you know, and we don't complicate common sense, and we don't ascribe to any religious organization.
All right, Hard Talk. I'm gonna get that link to you ASAP. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Right. So we don't ascribe to any religious, cults or whatever you want to call it. We look at common sense. We look at righteousness for what it is, and we move forward with that. So I get what they're trying to say. Some people cherry pick out the Bible. Cool. I'm the type that'll tell you this. That Bible has been plagiarized. That Bible has been, it's a compilation of our ancient texts that's been put together for someone else's rule. Does it have good things in it? Yes. Does it have contradictory in it? Yes. But we extract the good things out of it that you can live by. And those things can help you live a conducive lifestyle. I don't see what the issue with that is at all.
And you see, guys, like, you see what it is? We not gonna all agree on every aspect. Just like brother OK just told you, it's some things in there he said that don't work for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he's not gonna shun away from not knowing that instruction manual don't got nothing to do with even if you don't believe in a creator. That's just an instruction book. You'll read them porno magazines and you'll believe in that. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah,
so why you don't follow the basic instructions? That's what we here for. Why you don't follow the basic instructions? You'll read anything that they put up in front of you and believe it too on social media, but you don't follow the instructions though. You see where believing in all that other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing got us. And self-included, guys.
We got
me too. I'm not immune to putting the bolts and the screws in the wrong spot. I put the bolts and the screws in the wrong spot too, because I jumped the gun and thought that I could build something without reading the instruction manuals. Right. And that's why I was in the position I was in, fighting for my life in the gynocracy. And that's why most of us men is in the position where we in, under a woman.
That's a fact.
Know what I mean?
Who we got? We got Hard Talk Radio in the building.
Yeah, what's up, guys? How you all doing?
How you doing?
What's going on, Hard Talk?
What's going on?
Nice
to meet you, man.
Oh, nice to meet you too, man. What's your name?
You can call me Mr. OKL.
Oh, Mr. OKL. All right. Yeah, man. I was just, want to, see what's everything's going on. I was just saying, like, most women are liberal in the United States, especially in Black community, and they've had bad experiences, so they're not gonna want to go by that Bible. It's a very hard life to live. I mean, I used to be a Christian. It's not a joke, and it's a lot, man. And a lot of times it's just, I always say, like, if you can't get what you can get from your own ethnic group, there's no problem with going to a different ethnic group. and find the woman that's for you.
That's a fact. You see? And I agree with you 100%. It is difficult, but people, Zaddy make the Bible more than what it is, right? Maybe we need to hippify it and change it from the Bible. Let's just get rid of the name. Like, maybe we just need to just call it the instruction manual. You know what I mean? Because even Christians, I have a problem with the Christianity joint, because that is like a group. That's just like feminism. And you see, Zaddy have his ways of making us as a people pick a group and stay in it. You know what I mean? And pick something, and once we pick something, he find a way to fund that and have us spin, and like it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, that's why I really believe in the create your own society. You know what I mean? Amongst you, if those of you, what you said, those you in a relationship, create your own society within your relationship if you can. And if you can't, then you gotta go. That's your answer. You gotta go. And like Hard Talk just said, it's no problem going elsewhere to get. It's about you.
There's
getting
more
what
women
you
in
want.
this world than men. That's the thing. There's more women in this world than men. So
that's
if you have resources, you know, you could go to a different country and find what you want. I mean, it's not going to be easy, because some men don't want to leave everything they have and go. But you can't stay here and complain about issues that really is not going to change. It's going to go from bad to worse.
Right.
You know.
Right. That's all part of being on your purpose. You know.
Yeah.
You couldn't have said it any better, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough here, and a lot of this is why I like the red pill a lot, because it gives you, you know, you have to, you know, work on yourself, and then you could go find a woman that suits you. I mean, that's just how it is. You just can't you know, sit around and complain. Don't get me wrong, everybody has their days when they complain, like they're dealing with an issue with a baby mama or something like that. But at the end of the day, they're not going to care, because they're not going to change, because guess what? There's men out there willing to screw them.
Absolutely.
Okay. You can't say, yeah, because I had a conversation with a person said, well, if men just stop giving them the sex, they'll have to comply. That's going to be hard to do, because there's going to be men always willing, ready, and able to sleep with these women, even if they're thoughts, they're Jezebel, they're sluts. So what? They still got men ready, willing, and able to have sex with them. So you're not doing nothing to them, really.
Right. And that's absolutely correct. And that's where we come in at. Our channels, we come in at. We here to enlighten the youth and anybody that want the knowledge to what's out there, to the dangers that's out there. I don't know if you saw the intro that we played. We'll play it again, but it ties into what you just said. This is the ways of the gynocracy, and this is where we live in, guys. They gave the woman control because they know they the spenders, and we don't do nothing but give them the money so they can spend it and mess it up and mess themselves up in the process. You know what I mean? But to stick into the thumbnail, this is why in them instructions, guys, there's stories and there's things in there there's verses in there that teaches us as men how not to give our power to a woman, how to get our power back from a woman, what happens if we give our power to a woman. You know what I mean? All of those things are in those instruction manual. It's in that instruction manual, guys. Down to the whole poly thing. Like, it's really that real.
Yeah, I don't agree with the being polygamous. So that's the thing. I don't agree with that. That's just my thing when it comes to that. I think it hurts the kids more.
Yeah, like, honestly, you know me, I'm gonna give you my opinion, but I'm gonna also give you what the words say. And through experience and my opinion and the word, it's definitely a gift from God, to an alpha male for being on his purpose, but the alpha male got to look within himself and really ask, is that really conducive to what he want? And if it's not, he got to immediately turn it down. He can't be thirsty. And that's when he'll learn that he's really an alpha, because the Sarah and Abraham story is vital to the whole threesome and polygamy and all of that. And we'll get into that. Me and brother okay, definitely take a Sunday. Yeah. If not, we'll probably put it in the Patreon, because I really don't like just throwing the threesome stuff out there, because like I said, I don't want to ever be one of those dating coaches or one of those relationship advice people, or a content creator that's teaching people how to attract these same women that I get on here and tell you I stay away from. You know what I mean? We gotta always understand it's two types of women. The one that we want is very rare, and she might not look how we want her to look at the moment, but you know what I mean, they're out there. 29% of them. 3 out of 10.
That's a fact. And polygamy at its core was really supposed to be used for political reasons. It was basically in times of war, for instance, in history, a lot of people, a lot of kings and a lot of politicians, they would practice polygamy because later that would influence what happens with the government, what way society is going to go, because they're predominantly, how do I put this? They're the ones that's fathering and mothering all of these, these generations. And if you're the one building that legacy, then you kind of control the course of how things can go in certain time frames. So this is what polygamy was used for. For instance, right now, let's say we were to practice polygamy today, as men today, it would need to be men of power on their purpose, men that can take care of generations to come. That's who polygamy would be preserved for, a man that can take care of that. People are running out here thinking that polygamy is just this game where I want 3 and 4 wives. You have to be able to take care of that, because what comes with that is children and legacy.
But a lot of black men in the black community don't think that way. They think it's just for sex. And you could, look at DMX. DMX was going around making kids, and now you see that his kids are fighting over his legacy, his estate, and he doesn't have a will. And a lot of this is why I say, polygamy, I don't think it's really a good idea to do, because if that man dies, then of course, that if that man's smart, he'll have a will, but still,
right.
There's still division. The women will still try to put one kid over the other kid, because none of those women are going to be sharing that money. They'll always look out for their number one, and that is their own seed from this one man.
But that's why and I agree with you, but that's why it would be reserved or preserved for like the politicians and the kings. You know what I'm saying? Because they had the influence. Even after they died, they would choose a prince or whatever the case may be. So I agree with you. I don't think people are ready for polygamy today. But if we were to be ready for polygamy, then it would have to be a man on his purpose and a man that can take care of future generations. It can't just be any regular black man or regular white man or just any man, period, that just thinks he's red pill mind state.
According, and then we're going to go into the video, guys. But according to
also with the polygamy, what they don't say is like wars happen out of it too. Like families will be fighting and civil war.
I was going to say that, brother Hard Talk. You beat me to it, man. You was on point. You was on point, because that's definitely the moral of the story is the woman. The woman is not built. God know that woman is not built for the poly. It's going to always come down to one of the women feeling a way about the other woman, like Sarah. Remember, Sarah let Abraham give birth so she could have a child, because she couldn't have a child, because she was gonna have a child, but the I don't care and I don't believe in God and women had her suck her teeth at God, and she didn't believe that she was gonna have the child at 80 years old. That's why it was funny to me when people started to be all hype on the entanglement word, because if you read the instructions, that entanglement word is in that story. This story that I'm telling you guys right now, that's the entanglement of Sarah. So that's where that word originate. It didn't originate from Will and Jada. But
God even talk about a simp in the Bible. He calls him a simple man, and he say a simp is like a bull being led to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Let's go into that. Let's go into that. That's the video.
Come on, come on now.
Hard Talk, you had something?
Yeah, I was saying like a good way to see of a simp. Well, a person to the slaughter. Yeah, it's like like they're walking off a cliff. They don't. I guess like the person doesn't really want to look into it. Kind of like Ahab and Jezebel.
I got original.
He's going with Jezebel.
Hold on.
They gave me
Hold on.
They gave me 8 chicken wings. I've eaten about all of them. I got one left.
Come on. Yeah. Yo, what's going on, man?
I like chicken.
Hey, go ahead and bounce him real quick, man.
All right, I bounced him.
Yeah, get him up out of here. No, that's you can't come on the show and do that, man.
All right. Well, I mean, he has something to say, so
so
I don't want to deny any. But thank you, brother. Okay, L.
No,
that's what. Man, that's why I'm
it's all
good.
Man. It's all good, but come on the show with structure. Like you ordering chicken.
Facts. But let's go into the video.
Yeah. All right.
I think this is like.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Ahab is an example of a simp, in the Jezebel.
Oh right. No, absolutely. Right. That's correct. Yeah. Hey, go ahead and put it back up.
I have to send him. I have to sing a song about him.
What the hell?
Come on, man. Come on, dog.
All right, I'm gonna mute him for right now. All right, man. All right, I'm gonna start being nice, man. He gotta go.
No, you gotta bounce him, man. You can't.
All right, let's get into the video, guys. This video right here. Not the video, and I mean I edited the video, but the verse. This is in the instructions, right? And this is the verse that kind of turned. This is when you pop the red pill. You officially pop the red pill once you read this verse, and we're gonna break this down, brother. Okay, so cool. Keep your mic on.
What we continue in the video, right?
Yeah, the video.
Oh yeah.
No, not that video, man. We already seen what it was about.
Oh, okay, my bad.
We already seen what it was about. It was about we gotta distance ourselves because as we trying to climb the ladder to become the best version of ourselves, it's gonna be guys that try to make a mockery of our beliefs because we don't believe what the gyno land believe. You know what I mean? We don't cater to females because in gyno land, remember they program us. When we young, when we babies, they program us. If you from a single mom's plantation, then they program you to be her advocate, her caretaker, you know what I mean? Her husband, damn near.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So this video right here is what had me understand, like, all right, the red pill is the basic instructions. The red pill is God. Is believe in God, and now and I'm not talking about Zaddy God because we did the video, guys. Like I said, stop by the library and check the videos that we got on the channel. We did the video Zaddy God versus Yo God. It's just about believing. You know what I mean? All the man asked us to do, literally, guys, was believe in him first. Don't believe in whatever it is you want to idolize. And most guys, we like to idolize women and coochie. That's all he asked, was not to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we don't have to reject the instructions just because we choose to do what comfort us. But anyway, this is the verse right here that had me open my eyes to the gynocracy, to all of this. This is what got my channel started, what made me think like, all right, and I'm going to always check with what the instructions say before I spit something to anybody.
Okay, so I'm pulling up a video, or am I pulling up?
No, I got this one.
Okay. All right, cool.
My son, keep my words and treasure up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live. Keep my teaching as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, You are my sister. And call inside your intimate friend to keep you from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words. For at the window of my house I have looked out through my lattice, and I have seen among the simple, I have perceived among the youths, a young man lacking sense, passing along the street near her corner, taking the road to her house in the twilight and the evening, at the time of night and darkness. And behold, the woman meets him, dressed as a prostitute, wily of heart. She is loud and wayward, her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the market, and at every corner she lies in wait. She seizes him and kisses him, and with bold face she says to him, I had to offer sacrifices, and today I have paid my vows. So now I have come out to meet you, to seek you eagerly, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings, colored linens from Egyptian linen. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love till morning. Let us delight ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He took a bag of money with him. At full moon he will come home. With much seductive speech she persuades him. With her smooth talk she compels him. All at once he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a stag is caught fast till an arrow pierces its liver, as a bird rushes into a snare. He does not know that it will cost him his life. And now, O sons, listen to me, and be attentive to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths, for many a victim has she laid low, and all her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death.
Shout outs to the woman in the chat. We got a female in the chat. That's what's up. Pat yourself on the back, mama. You accept knowledge. You are looking to get yourself out of whatever position you are in, or you're looking to remain in the position that you're in.
Shout out to Jessica Moore, man.
Yeah. You know that verse right there? That verse right there explains why so many people end up in situations and possibly end up dead due to messing with, another person's wife.
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember when I put in a Facebook group, right? And I put about what I put about? I put about that chick that I don't know if you know about her, Mr.Goodbread. She was a single mother of 5, and she got pregnant by a married Marine.
Oh wow, I heard of that story.
Yeah,
I remember that story. I didn't get on that one, but I saw that. I remember that.
Yeah. So I put the fact that does a woman's dating partners choice in men, can that lead to her demise? Can it lead her out? And the amount of backlash I got from that, because they thought that I was hating women. They thought that I was, but the fact of the matter is like she was offered to be a side chick, just like that dude was offered in the Bible. He was offered to sleep with another man's wife, and he took the position of side dude. She took the position of side chick. So she has a part to play in her demise.
You know what I mean? I feel you.
A lot of people, it speaks accountability, and this is how you know how bad it is. And when women freak out when you say that stuff, most women in that Facebook group on that post, they freaked out. Only a few actually understood what I was saying.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, we got Jessica Moore. Right. Jessica Moore said, you saying God said that? Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
He's the one. I edited and I used what I could use, the stock footage that I could use. But God is the one who witnessed from the window a simple, which is we know as a simp. You know what I mean? And I interpret it as a simple is somebody that come across the red pill knowledge. That's these channels that you guys got. Don't forget, guys, go subscribe to brother OKL. Okay, let's talk about it. And let's subscribe to Hard Talk Radio. Guys, we'll have all of their links and we'll share all their stuff in the description box when the video re-upload. So you'll be able to get that, on the playback, guys.
Absolutely.
But this verse was so instrumental to me and my program, because I look at it more literal. I look at it as it's not just sleeping with somebody else's wife. I look at it as those women, 71% of women have that spirit right there, have that Jezebel, floozy, feet never stay in the house. You heard what he said. Have that spirit out here. 71 identify with feminism.
I mean, think about it. What does for the streets mean?
These are the thought.
Like we can literally go in the Bible and break down the slang terms that we use today to describe these Jezebels. Literally.
And when he says adulteress and woman with the wayward words, he's talking about those slick talking women, guys. Those slick talking women. But at the end of the day, we control that. We are responsible for that.
It's a fact.
RKA, what's going on, my guy?
What's going on,
G?
What's
How you
going
doing?
on, my guy? Shout outs, yo, from UK, yo.
Yes,
I know.
man.
What time is it over there, man? You up late?
Late as fuck, bro. Like we talking like 11:20 right now, man.
Shout outs to you, my guy. I appreciate you, man.
Shout out to the UK.
No worries, man. Yeah, love, respect, man. Just had to fucking tune in and listening to this stuff, hearing what we brothers saying back and forth and whatnot. And I'm like, wow. I'm not too versed on scriptures or nothing like that, but that verse was powerful. You know?
Right.
It stated everything.
Everything.
Stay away from them hoes.
The whole
Stay
program,
away
right? He's
from
telling
them
you
hoes.
guys, stay on your purpose. Don't be out here simping. You know what I mean? Be on your purpose. That's not how you attract women. You see, you don't go to the corner and go outside and go catcalling. You could do that. Remember, guys, I'm not here to judge you on that. That's not what I judge you on. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could do as you please, but just know your results for doing that it's not going to work out for you.
Absolutely.
It's
not. Never does.
It goes back to what you said before, Mr. Goodbread. You could do that, but if you don't follow the instructions, then you're gonna pay for that later. You understand?
You're gonna pay for it, and that's what's happening nowadays. Everybody's suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if you tell the truth about it, if you tell the truth about, you break down why they're suffering. People want to hate your guts, call you a simp, call you blue pill.
Look what they did to Mr. Goodbread on that show. All he did was just try his best to let them know that we're not living a conducive lifestyle, and we need to be living a conducive lifestyle. And
that was ridiculous. That was crazy.
That was crazy, right?
That was crazy. I was looking at that. Same things, right, guys. I was looking at that shit, right?
What do you think about that, man?
When I saw that, man, I looked at it. I see the other girl. She's from UK as well. Had the accent. Don't know where about she's from, because obviously I'm from London side, but I'm not sure where she's from. But when I heard that, man, and just looked at the playback on that situation, man, I was just thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? Seriously.
Right.
Listen to the information. Listen to what's going on. Right. Actually absorb something different and try to get something out of it. Because clearly, bro, you need help. You need some understanding and something. I've never been on that level. Go ahead.
And did you see the way she reacted to him? Like she wanted to hear more of what I had to say. And they constantly just attack. But it happens, yo. We know that it's gonna happen. That's why, like you said, like you hear in the other intro, guys, not everybody gonna subscribe. The majority not gonna subscribe to what we doing because they program. And you know what I mean, you gotta remember, 80% of beta males, and it's only 20% of us.
Right.
Absolutely.
So can you play that video again to see what because I didn't see that part.
Which one?
What video?
When you were talking about to these women and they start flipping out.
All right, that's okay. Al, let's throw that on. Let's do that again.
Back to that part, then. Yeah, we're gonna
absorb that information, man, and really pay attention to what's going on there.
Wait, hold on, wait, don't we got some verses to get into though?
Yeah, we can still get into those, man. I ain't in no rush, man.
Okay.
I like the feel, I'm all about the vibe.
Yes, sir.
We got the vibe. The chat is chilling. know what I mean? Everybody know when you come to the school of common sense, just remove don't be coming over here hardly believing in what you got from Gyno Land, you know what I mean? What you got from Women World mixed with democracy. Don't come over here with that shit.
Right.
That's a whole fact.
Oh yeah, by the way, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the video, to the YouTube channel. I'm sorry.
People, make sure you super chat as well.
Right. Make sure y'all show us y'all support, man, because again, this is what we do it for. We do it because we need that recognition to get out there. We need the truth to be important. So again, y'all like, y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell.
No excuses, innit? I'm doing military service, super chatting and shit. So there's no excuses. Come on.
Yo, shout out to all my military folks, man. You guys, man, you guys are honorable. And I noticed
Combat Kid.
You guys are red pill, right? Red pill to death. I know Combat Kid, man, I miss him tonight. We miss Combat Kid tonight.
You know, Combat Kid is he on the other side of the world right now, man. So his time is like 7 hours away.
Facts.
So yeah. But I got it pulled up. All
right, let's get into this.
Ready. Yeah, whenever you're ready, go ahead and put that up, Mr. Goodbread. And I'm gonna go directly to that part where he starts breaking his point down and then he just starts getting attacked. That's what we're gonna go to. Okay.
Right. So before this, previously, guys, I had sat there for like 5 to 7 minutes quietly, just letting everybody dance around, prance around, and talk their stuff.
Exactly.
I can agree with a flaw in a structure. That structure is not safe, right?
Okay, say that again. I'm sorry.
A flaw is a problem.
Sound like a...
If there's a flaw in the way that I build a building, then guess what? Everyone who is in that building, their life is in danger. So if there's a flaw, we need to correct it. That's a problem.
Absolutely.
And he can't even agree with that. Like, God damn.
I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have now is people have stopped working on themselves, right? People feel entitled to get great results but without a sacrifice.
People or women? Exactly.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
Both. We're talking about both because if it was good for the gay,
I disagree.
Listen, you got the war right. This gender war, guys. Realistically, this gender war is between 71% of women and 80% of men. Now,
if that's the case, who started it?
The woman. I mean, you can get into it.
That's just another gender war fight.
That's just a loophole waiting to happen. It's a rabbit hole.
It kind of is,
but we men, why run from confrontation? We could have had a great, knowledgeable conversation about it. Clearly, women started it. Do you know why women started? Or are you just going to run with the ideology from the go-along group that you identify yourself with? Because, over here at the Mr. and Mrs. Goodbread Show, we don't complicate common sense, buddy. And we don't subscribe to anything. We subscribe to the common sense and the truth.
Okay.
It's simple.
Instructions before leaving Earth, which we tend to throw away now because none of us went by that instructional manual. So because we didn't go by that instructional manual, we all push it to the side. But there's things in that instruction manual that if we would have followed it, none of us will be in this position that we are in right now. I mean, I'm gonna put myself in that position, even though I've been in a relationship for 16 years, guys. Not to brag, not to toot my own horn, but I'm saying
brag on it. That's an achievement.
I say what's the resolution?
Achievement.
I say that because we need more. We need more shine on the relationships that figured it out.
Right.
The relationships that figured out, we get pushed under the rug, and it's sad because it comes down to them basic instructions. All right, so it's written in the form of husband and wife. All right, so we know we didn't do that. We didn't vet our we didn't vet our mates the way we were supposed to. But just because it's written in the form of husband and wife, don't mean that those stories in there and those chapters don't refer to how we are supposed to build our life. Like an instruction manual.
Are you talking about the Bible?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm an atheist, so I'm out of this conversation.
I mean, it's all
I'm
right.
out of this conversation too.
You see, and you know what? You know what's crazy?
Don't ostracize yourself. Don't ostracize yourself.
I'm not. Listen. We gotta stop complicating common sense, guys. This
Got
is
him.
the issue that we have.
A lot of things is common sense.
Complicate.
Some people don't have it.
It's not common.
It's like It's like batteries is not always included.
Got him.
Batteries not included.
In any event, guys, that Bible is the basic instructions before leaving Earth, right? Bible. So now, when you get an instruction manual for anything you buy, right? If you follow the instruction manual, you have a great product. It works the way you want it to work. Now, if you start remixing the instruction manual to fit your comfort or your belief system, then that's where you're gonna have a problem at, and that's what we have. That's what we're facing right now.
I get you because
we have 71% of women who identify and subscribe to the feminism. Now, according to the Bible, that feminism will represent the Lilith and the Satan spirit. Now we have 29% of women that do not subscribe to that, and those are the women who get overlooked. Those are the women that they're in our society, they're in our community, but they don't come with the bells and whistles. They value men. They see the value in men. Now,
those are also the ones that aren't 26, 29, you know what I'm saying, 43. So we looking at the wrong ones.
No.
Do you know what? I would disagree there though. I think
those are the women that statistically show they were raised by a father. They wasn't raised in the single mom's household. So you have the women that know that masculine structure, and those are the women in our society that we should be dating. We should be looking for. Now, when we go back to the Bible,
but they're also scarce though. That's a small percentage.
Yes,
so it's not a lot of them going around.
And we know that. We know that because the virtuous woman in that chapter, God asked, who can find the rare woman? So now when we tie it into the thumbnail, you can say that the woman is the prize. Because if our creator asks us who can find this rare woman, then
not the.
Yeah, because it's more than one. I mean, it's 29%.
But no, I'm saying like they were saying before, we're a prize too. You know what I'm saying? It takes a virtuous man to find a virtuous woman, so we're a prize, and they are prize. They're equals at the end of the day.
No, I'm gonna have to stop it real quick. Virtue. What do you mean, virtuous man? What do you mean by that?
Listen. They complicated common sense because before the clip that you don't see is the clip where I super chatted the panel before she sent me the link to join the panel. I super chatted the panel, and my exact words was, "Men are the prize, women are the gift from God. When opened correctly, the gift will keep on giving." Period. And she wanted me to join the panel. So all of that right there was like, it was silly. So once we started talking about the virtuous woman, then yes, the virtuous woman is a prize. That's your gift. That's going to be the alpha male's gift from God. But the alpha male is the prize. Remember, guys, men are the prize biologically, spiritually, whichever way you want to cut it. Men are the prize, guys. We're the producers of life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Real talk.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
The alpha male to find the virtuous woman. So yeah, that's why I said. Then I go back to what I was saying. The war is not between the virtuous woman and the alpha man. The war is between the entitled folks in our community, which are the 71% women.
If that's the case, there's more entitled women than there's more entitled men.
It's like, hold on, can you pause it real quick? It's like, guys, I shout out to Anthony Spade too, right? Because he broke it down really, really well. We got to stop operating on a social media online ideology, right? Because in real life, it ain't that exaggerated and it ain't that serious. It's not that hard to approach a woman. It's not that hard to talk to a woman. You know what I mean? Now, if you one of those bots that is going to sit home and just include yourself on social media and really live through your profile character, then yeah, you're only going to be able to rock in the Matrix, in Gyno land, Gyno world. That's the only time you're going to feel important. That's the only time you're going to be important. But other than that, once you detach from there, you're not going to know who you really are. And that's where the depression, that's where the frustration, and that's where the trolling come. You know what I mean, guys? And that's because you lose connection of who you are. You start to idolize this fictional character. It's like we went from creating the player in 2K to really trying to make ourselves that player in real life, like 99 on everything. And that's not the case. That's exactly like these 71% it girls who go out there and fake value. They go grab and get everything fake and then push it in front of us and expect us to eat it.
Right.
We must not be like that either as men. God is watching everything, man, G.
That's a fact.
Word.
You mind if I chime in?
Yes.
Women.
What I was going to say is this. Obviously, of course, when all the brothers are speaking right here on this panel, take notes. That's one. Two, how I was raised and how I come up is similar to you guys. We find ourselves offline first and then real life before we even get on this internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't fucking jump on this computer and stuff and then we just create a character or create a scene. And then we don't know how to function and stuff like that. Because like I've said before, and I've said it even in my little stuff that we do over here. On these devices, on this stuff here, you can do so much shit if you've got your head together and yourself together first. The possibilities are literally endless. Literally, we're doing this right now off StreamYard. So if you ain't got your shit together or yourself together, why the hell are you even here? Like, you need to first figure that out first. Like, before you even talk about women, before you talk about anything, start there first. So Anthony Spade and everyone else is right. It's not difficult. Like, online really has overcomplicated their brain. It's just basic people-to-people contact, people-to-people skill. Like, even with the so-called red pill stuff, like, you know, that's saying, no, guys, not really typically, like, really actually like this deep down off camera, and you can kind of tell. Because they take everything word to word and to heart. Like, I really find it so funny ever since this whole terminology of the red pill's blown up. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we can't do this and we can't do that and we can't. Like, as you said, it's an instruction manual. You read it, then you apply it in your own way and you see what works and what don't work. That's it.
Right.
The same rules are tailored in general for everybody, but we're all going to apply it different because we're all what? Different people. That's all I'm saying.
That was well said, man. That was well said.
Well said, man. Well said. And that's all we was trying to say. That's all we was trying to say, man.
Hurt these men. All of the men that we talk about that don't know themselves, 9 times out of 10 come from a single mother household. So at the end of the day, nobody is created evil.
Is that statistically proven?
You said no one is created equal.
You went mute.
And look, hold on, pause this, guys. I'm searching for the verse now. I can't find it, but I know as soon as we end this live, it'll be sitting there in front of me. But you see what he said? Is this that prove it? when you moving on faith, and you operating on faith, guys, you don't need all that. What you mean? I just told you the statistical proof, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? See how people complicate common sense and they make it way more difficult than themselves. What more statistics do you need to see? Look outside the window. How many of our brothers are getting married? How many of our brothers are on child support? How many of us have generational wealth? Like, statistical. See, this the thing. Now that red pill is mainstream, Because Kevin Samuels, he got so many stepsons running around here. You know what I mean? That it's like you gotta have all of this and all of that. It's tag, yo, I gotta find this verse, man.
Shout out to Rick.
You know, we'll end up doing a,
I mean,
do a whole video.
the thing is like with Kevin Samuels, I mean, he does say some things that are on point, and there's other things I don't agree with. Like, I don't agree with the fact that women should give it up on the first date. That's that. There, I say it's their body, their choice. When it comes to like let's say they've been promiscuous most of their life and they want to change. That's a different thing. All right, they want to change. They don't want to do that. Women shouldn't feel like now that they're going on a date that they feel they must give their bodies up to a man.
Real shit.
That right there is
I agree with you.
No, I got one.
It's setting a precedent that is going to make those women feel very uncomfortable dating. And you're like, you know what? Forget this. I won't date black men. I'm gonna date somebody, and then black men are getting mad. So sometimes when it comes
that's
to
not what's going on though.
Stuff,
that's not what's going on though.
But the thing is like what he's saying with that, it makes women uncomfortable, and it's not a good thing for women to feel that way, that they must feel obligated to give, not because they want to, but because you took me out to dinner, I must give you sex. I don't choose to because I want to. I must because you gave me dinner. Never mind the fact that I said that I've had a promiscuous life and I want to change. They generally want to change, and you have some men that want to fight that. Like you have men that they want to try and see if they could break a woman who said, let's say they have religious moral values, instead of going finding a woman who's on their speed.
Absolutely.
Right. We call those whore makers.
Right. Those are hell of a sons. We call those hell of a sons.
I wanted to point something out with what Hard Talk Radio said. One thing Kevin does do, he doesn't really necessarily say on the first date. What he tries to imply is that if you're going to date someone, date him with intentions. Okay. And most of these women, let me put it like this. Most of these women will have one night stands. And like you said, most of these women do have promiscuous pasts. Whereas when they get on the date with a man, that man has to pay a higher price than someone else who already got it for free. And a lot of these women are running around like that. So I'm gonna have to.
If she wants to genuinely change, not the fact that she's playing games. Well, I'll give you rules, but the man I really want to give it to, I won't. I'm talking about she doesn't want to be a thought anymore. She just wants to look for. She now wants to be absent until marriage, and he's saying like, well, you should give it up because you're older now. And like, I didn't agree with that.
I mean, I get it. I get where you're coming from. I agree with you. My thing is just real quick. you made your bed, all right. You made your bed, and you got to deal with that. See, this is why it's very important for women to conceal themselves, because women hit the wall, and then things that they regret, it bites them in the butt for the long run.
Right,
just like you said, they want to change their promiscuous past and things like that. Well, men don't want to deal with promiscuous women. Men like virtuous women. I'm not saying
do all men really like virtuous women. Do all men really?
Not all men, no.
Not all men. Not all men. Not all men.
So let's keep it real. All right, let's keep it real.
No, hold on. Not all men. Hold on, real quick. Not all men, but I can attest to this. If you ask all men, does he want his girl to be promiscuous? He's not gonna say yeah.
No, he's not gonna say. What I'm saying is like when men say they want a virtuous woman and stuff like that, so you want a woman that ain't gonna give you no more head, right? I mean, after all, oral sex is sodomy. Since we were just talking about the Bible a little earlier, I mean, let's keep it real here. I mean, there's a lot.
That is not sodomy. Oral sex is not sodomy.
Really? I mean, sodomy is using something for something that's not meant to be used for. I'm just saying, bro.
That's a given.
Oh yeah, but see, I get that. I love this. See, I love you guys.
That's a given.
But you see, you know what trumps that though, because your wife is supposed to please you, so she used her mouth to please you, not to put on. We know that the mouth don't go on that, but if she used an instrument as her mouth to please her husband, then that's.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That a trump.
Sodomy, though. It's sodomy whether she's married or not. It's sodomy is sodomy. You're using something that's not meant
I understand.
I could agree with that because that is true. If that's how you interpret the instructions,
I gotta agree with
then
him
that
too.
is how
I gotta agree with him too.
Definitely in there.
That's like you know, so-called. It starts with an A, and you know, but from putting it in the other hole. All right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But this is what I'm saying. Because you got women who are religious, and they'll say, like, you know what? I don't do that anymore. And you have men who will try to play games and try to play Mission Impossible and try to like find the code and try to get her back into that way of being again. And she may not want that. So why, instead of finding somebody else that's more their speed, they want to try and pressure this girl or try to find ways to get this chick to do that.
That's called a whore maker.
1 second. Let me say this. But you know what type of guy that is, right? That's more time the simp or the demon that
absolutely
the person is attracted to. You know that, right? Because decent guys ain't gonna go do that. I'm one of them.
And just touching on
I want to speak for the diligent men.
What Hard Talk Radio said, right, is pretty much, we know damn well 80% of men want they hell of a mother. They want what they hell of a mother programmed to want. And they hell of a mother programmed them to want a hell of a daughter. So they want the ratchet girls. The war guys is between the Pookies and Ray Rays and them dot girls, man. That's the war. And then every now and then you'll get a Chad and Tyrone. I ain't got no business messing with a dot girl. Try to mess with a dot girl and get itself hurt because she wants Pookie and Ray Ray. That's what it all comes down to, guys. And that's why we just got to become the best version of ourselves so that we could become the chick magnet rather than going to be the hunter and stuff like that. Because it don't work like that according to the instructions. You know what I mean? No matter how you interpret that part, it don't work on
Let me say this as well.
like that.
Let me say this as well, guys, right?
Well, she's not going to fall in your lap. That's the thing.
Nah, but it will. Right. She will, though, in a literal sense. That help me is going to attract to the alpha male who need help in building. The alpha male that really want to build a family is going to find the help me. I could guarantee that. I stand on that. The hard part is, you see, we have a lot of beta males who haven't become the best version of themselves yet, who they put on the act and they go out there and they get the material things and they get all the things that they think they need to have to attract the woman. And when they come across a 29% woman, she's gonna bypass them because 29% women are helpmeets. They attract to people that look like they need help. If you looking like this finished product because you going with the trend and you only person you're gonna attract like that is a 71% woman. You know what I mean? And that's what we have going on right now.
But that's the problem right now. I mean,
the 29% women is getting overlooked, and the alpha males is not messing with either or. The alpha males, because we can't distinguish the difference between a 71 and a 29, because the 71s, they camouflage. They can act.
Do want that finished product, though. They do want that finished product, because if you're not, they're gonna clown you.
That's a fact.
No,
but that's all women.
I'm
that's
not gonna.
Nature. Like
I'm not
guys are having a hard time distinguishing that the nature is the nature. Like F what the girl is trying to portray and what she's trying to put out there because of the trend. Female nature is female nature. It's just some women haven't subscribed all the way to the privileges of the gynocracy. Some women really do look at man as human beings and not just a means to all ends.
Facts. Hey, but by the way, Hard Talk, man, you bring up some real nice points. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to commend you.
This
for that,
what
man.
he do.
Oh,
This
thanks.
what he do. He ain't fooling nobody. He ain't pool sharking nobody. This what he do. He always on it, y'all. Y'all check him out, yo. He be reporting on them stories, man.
Real talk. And then like when it's undisputable, you can't do nothing but respect it. So when you brought up that, you know, the oral sex, you made me dig deeper into that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and look into that because you feel me? Like I appreciate that knowledge, man.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, you're welcome. I'm just saying the fact of the matter is, like, when you think about like a virtuous woman, it's like, damn, Because let's be honest. I mean, we've been mostly. Oh well, me. I've had my adventures. I'll just put it that way. I've had my fun.
Okay,
I've had my
okay.
fun, and those weren't with virtuous women. And
that's a fact. That's a fact.
And then when you're like, oh, I mean, I want a virtuous woman. I'm tired of messing with these women. And then when you get with one, it's like, damn. Let me just say, soul ties are real. I'll say that right now. It's not just for females; it's with men too. When you've gotten yourself, when you've gotten serviced by a woman who's not a virtuous woman, and you've gotten to do all those wild and crazy stuff, and then when you come to a virtuous woman, it's like, you don't have the discipline to be with a virtuous woman.
That's a good point.
But if I chime in, guys,
you don't have.
Hold on, let him finish his point.
Yeah,
no, go for it. No worries.
That's what the world and the main, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that you need that discipline to be with a virtuous woman. Okay, you need that. The fact that you looking past girls that you used to mess with, or the fact that you could always call up an ex, or you're looking at this, and it really takes some discipline. It does. And at times you will mess it up because you're not disciplined to be with a virtuous woman if you've messed all the time. You've had your adventures with loose women. They may have been, nice women, but they, they did things the virtuous woman ain't gonna do.
I agree with you on that.
That's 100%.
I had a point, but I want King's RKA to go ahead and get his point out real quick.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Hard Talk Radio said, but just in a different way. You see, I've had adventures and stuff like that with women, but not on the sexual aspect. Like how I was raised and how I was brought up, you see, and I've said it many times on different comments I've left on different pages and that. I was raised by guys where, we got services out of women, if that makes sense. How all my family is and how my elders is and all my people are is like, they all have like their ride or die chick. You know what I'm saying? They all have like their houses and their families and everything on lock. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I knew. Like they always had their stable of women that always brought something to the table, whether it was money, it was business, it was something. You see what I'm saying? So I was always taught to deal with women from that aspect, from like the pimp aspect. That's how I was brought up. You see? So it wasn't really the sexual. So I was always shown that side first. You see where I'm coming from? So it's like they was always telling me stuff like, all right, cool. So make sure you keep your counts low and keep all this low and stuff like that, because the more you sleep with them and stuff like that, the more it does you damage and stuff like that. And I didn't understand that, because obviously when you go to school, when you're out there and stuff like that, you think, wait, everybody's having fun, everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that, but like, what does that mean? And then obviously you start to like analyze it and look at it from a different aspect, a different way. And you're like, oh shit, I see why they told me not to go spread your seed and stuff like that, because obviously, of course, what comes with it, baby, etc. But a lot of these guys be moving weak and soft and just confused as well, like, because they're just spreading their seed all over the place, just like running up and down and jumping from there to there, and I see it. You know what I'm saying?
You got old men saying the same thing, acting like these young dudes. They telling you, oh well. I remember I was listening to Minister Jap one time. The old men was telling him, no, you need to go have sex without a condom. What's wrong with you? You're not a real man if you didn't get burned. I'm like, what? This is
no.
This is what they were telling. This is what they were telling Minister Jap, and Minister Jap was calling them out. And
what the fuck?
This is how it is. You got old fools out there. You got young fools out there.
Shout out to London. But
crazy King, London King. And shout out to Tamika Washington. She said facts. Where's he from, Mr. Goodbread? Wait, what she said facts to? Hold on.
Where's
Jessica
he from?
I
Where's
love
he
his
from?
accent. Oh, that's my guy, RKA. They love your accent.
Got me.
Where's he from?
London.
He's from London, Tamika.
London, England. Shout out to London.
Yeah. Not the nice part.
Settle down.
Twisted.
This is what I wanted to say though. This is what I wanted to say though, man. I want to speak for some of my men out here who, okay, there's some men that didn't have the luxury of popping a girl's cherry, if you will. There's some men that don't have the luxury of getting a woman's her chaste nature, okay? Meaning her low sexual nature. There's a lot of men who haven't had these opportunities during high school and middle school. The girls always told them, you would be a good husband. I can't wait to see you with a great woman in the future. Shit like that. You got men that grow up dealing with that. Of course, they've had sex with probably some 304s or some stuff like that. Who's to say that when they find that virtuous woman that they don't deserve her?
Right.
That's my question.
I mean, the thing is, like, if they will sometimes get so frustrated that they'll want to go and sleep with one of these women who are not virtuous, and then when they meet that virtuous woman, they can't handle that woman.
No, but some men are not frustrated. Some men just need sex. It's in on the innate nature to be fruitful and have sex. Some men, like, for instance, if I'm a virgin at 14, 13, and I'm 20 and I still can't, get pleasure, of course I'm gonna get out there and do my thing. Of course I'm gonna explore the world. I'm not gonna sit here and wait till I'm 30.
Here's the thing though. When we as men, when we want to do that, and we get young and we want to do that, and you have this peer pressure. Oh, if you don't have sex, you're not a man. But now if you get a woman pregnant, now you have a baby daddy, baby mama situation.
Yeah.
Now who else is to blame? I mean, that's the thing, man.
But look, we speak on those issues. These are, these issues are, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring light to the actual men who deserve these women, who have been striving to find these kinds of women, but because we're in this gynocracy, we can't find it. You can't even be too nice to your women sometimes in this gynocracy.
Honestly,
well, I disagree with that.
Honestly,
they can't find that.
let
I
me
disagree with
speak
that
real
because
quick,
the fact of
guys.
the matter, there are plenty. If these men have really been striving and stuff, they could always go to the Dominican Republic and not go with those prostitutes. They could go and get those normal women that probably have their own businesses. Have 2-parent homes.
Oh, hold on now.
They could go to Africa and get a black woman. They could go anywhere they want. If
that's
they really
not that easy though. That's easier said than done.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. I know it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. If you want a woman that's going to be faithful to you, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. That's all I can say.
I agree with you on that.
I've had this conversation. I've had these conversations with
the link is in the chat,
and people will say like, well, well, it's too far. I don't want to leave everything. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to complain about it, or what are you going to do? There's only so much you could do to complain. It's going to come to a point. What you want to do?
That's what I mean by that. That's exactly
you're not
what I mean.
Getting younger, and when you get older, for some men, the sperm count goes down. So what are you going to do? Clock's ticking.
That's what I mean. The clock is. That's what I mean when I say that we have. It's a given. What you're saying is absolute facts. But we do have men out here who wasn't given or don't get these opportunities because of the world that we do live in. So these men are forced to, how do I put this? They're forced to merge their world with that 304 world just so they can get some kind of female pleasure, etc.
All right,
you know what it comes down to, guys. It comes down to basically.
I believe that's us being simps.
That's what it comes down to, guys.
If you have to bend your knee to a woman that you really would not deal with.
I disagree with that.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Right? It's not that difficult, guys. Like, guys attract. You know how attraction works, guys. You're gonna attract your level of what you are. If you are at level 5, then you're gonna attract level 5, 6, or 4, 5, or 6. You know what I mean? If you make yourself 9, 10, 11, then that's what you're gonna attract. That's how attraction works. And that's what it comes down to. That's what it's saying in them instructions. That's absolutely what it's saying. And that's the problem. Like, we'll find any excuse and we'll blame it on the woman, but it ain't really the woman.
Hold on,
like,
Goodbread. Hold on,
us.
Goodbread. Hold on. Hey, Red Pill, mute you. There you go.
We got everything to do with us. These women are programmed, and we gotta sift through the ones. But we wear that thirsty cologne because our wants, and it go back to the instructions. You know what I mean? We put our desires first. We all at one point had that naive female. We all at one point had that female that, you know what I mean? Think about it, guys. Don't even front. We had that female that she, whatever we said, that's our virtuous woman. Just because we could get her to do some nasty shit don't mean that she's not a virtuous woman. If she did the nasty journey for us, that just means she's our virtuous woman, my G. Like, that's what that means. Like, you feel me? Like, everything in that book, everything in them instructions is geared towards us being him. Ye is God, guys. And I don't know why
All right,
Gyno
the thing is,
Land
does
and
God want you to
Zaddy
have oral sex?
made it shameful for us to say that. But
God
we are
wants you to
all
hit it from the back.
gods. Like, let's cut the crap. He carved us in an image after him. That's common sense right there. So he want us to be an alpha male. That's why all the benefits are going to come to the guys that are looking to become the best version of themselves. To the guys that are looking to become an alpha male. But in order to really become a real alpha male, you got to come to Jesus, which means you got to come to them instructions. And that's the part that people is failing to realize. People want to,
That's a heavy
like
price.
she said, they want to cherry
That's a
pick.
heavy price.
And they want to complicate shit. And that's the part that's where people stuck at. People stuck at that part right there.
So where would you know what? Red Pill came in the building. What's going on? Shout out to him. Red Pill.
What's up, yo? What's going on?
Give us some insight, man.
Well, you know, like I had came on because I was listening and observing, you know, while I'm, you know, over here helping my buddy out. Okay, so the guy said that Kevin Samuel said about the first date thing. I wanted to address that. He didn't say it like that. What's happening in our society that women play Russian roulette games when it comes to who they want to have sex with. And a lot of times, I have many.
You did that, you know.
Hold on.
He said that when the girl was up in age, he said you might as well give it up.
Hold on. Let Red Pill finish the point because of the mic.
I want to address that
Once he's done, let him say it.
I've worked at a lot of institutions where a lot of women I have seen break rules for guys that will be just purely if they seen a guy like Mr.Goodbread that's that will be married, or a guy that's really like the DJ that's, you know, talk to me, that's successful in making music. I've seen women who will play a game and manipulate 4 guys and don't give them nothing in return but a high and buy, and keep them lined up as you know, paying for their meals, paying for their bills, and won't give them no affection. It is naturally built in us to like sexual attraction. And I like men keep selling that dream like women like sex. This is one of the biggest women's secrets. They like sex just as much as guys do. But I've seen many women play off of that on men. And the women that we see, like a lot of people do hate on the Pookie, because a lot of times I have seen chicks take guys that should never got what they deserve, but they gave it up to them more agreeably than they gave to a guy who was more worthy to get it. And that's a problem in our society that's going on today. Why you have Kevin Samuel say that? Because it's chicks that who do be 304s in their younger years still do it in their 40s. They just more selective because they don't find the same quality of men because they have hit the wall, or what happened is that they're looking and searching for a millionaire that's in their delusional mind. And that's why a lot of times they do what they do. Just for example, I had 2 dates tonight this week, and these chicks was willing to break all rules for me to come to my house, and they was going to end up sleeping with me. The thing is, I shut it off because I really don't want nobody in my space, because when chicks know what you have, how you live, a lot of them size up if they can figure out manipulate you to know if you live nice or if you live comfortable. So I stopped doing that because I started realizing that a lot of these chicks prey on to see what you got. You know what I'm saying? That is a problem too. So we don't really know what we're doing.
That goes back to the intro. That goes back to the video that we played. But yo, guys, we have somebody new on the platform. Yo, introduce yourself, my guy.
Hold on, before you do that, Red Pill, try to mute your mic every time somebody else talks, because we can hear that feedback.
Okay, all right.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is Source Bean. Hold on, I'm trying to get my front-facing camera on.
Okay.
Real quick. Let me get that camera on.
All right. No, we can hear you though. Why you getting that right? We can hear you.
Yeah, so basically I ain't hearing nobody talking about the nature of self and the different layers of it, you know, like.
Oh, that's my guy.
So you could be organically alpha, right? You could be organically like the man that a bunch of women want, just off sight.
Right.
Right? A lot of us got to start acknowledging these amplitudes of our own particular existence. Right? Now, of course, I'm source. I made the universe. You made the universe. You know what I'm saying? We all tapping into that, right?
Right.
But you got to know where your body is. For example, if you're not a healthy nigga, you got to acknowledge that. If you standing next to a nigga healthier than you, you also got to acknowledge that and position yourself, right?
Right.
Based on what you know about what other niggas got going on for themselves, because this is a business transaction existence. You see what I'm saying? They are the portals, right? And you the programmer, and portals don't let shitty program come to them unless it's a shitty portal.
Right. You see, and I like the way you put it. Like, see, and it's just about being creative, man. I love the way you put that right there.
I also wanted to bring up the fact about, okay, when we're talking about the Kevin Samuels, what do you think about the fact that he said that men should be with men, that we should advocate for that? And I understand the impulse, since black men cannot find suitable black women to be wives. To me, that should not be an excuse.
That's nonsense. That's nonsense, because we got something called other women.
Right.
White women, Asian women, alien women.
A lot of guys are trying to defend them. I'm like, you can't defend that.
But hold on, guys. Real quick. Let me say something, guys. This is the thing I have with Kevin Samuels. He don't help us. If he entertain us as men, he entertain us. He's more helpful for the women. He is the Derrick Jacks for us. Like what Derrick Jacks is for the women, K-Sam is for us. He's entertainment for us. If we listen to that shit that he's saying out his mouth, we are doomed. All right. That is for women.
I mean,
that's for the 71%. That's for the 71% women that think they slick to go up there and try to find out what they doing wrong so they could try to find a new slick plan. That's all that is.
Let me just say this as well.
Are all those women that go on his show, that he screened to go on his show, because any 29% woman that have a real 29% story, he probably throw her to the side, toss her to the side, because she's not entertaining. So he want to cater to the itching ear, like we read in the very beginning of this live, how a lot of these dating coaches is not here because they want you guys to become the best version of yourself. They're here because they're catering to an audience that have an itch for an ear. All right, guys? And that's all he's doing, is scratching it. So for us,
he's also said things that are kind of like
we need to get ourselves to some truth. If not, we need to read them scriptures. We need to read that instruction manual. You know what I mean? But he's all of for the women to me. The women could take what he tell them and then correct themselves. But as long as we sit on the couch and relax and watch that show and not become the best version of ourselves and expect these women who is willing and ready to die alone, yo. We don't. I hope we not sitting around watching that show thinking that after he crumb them women or after he make them feel like shit, that they gonna be like, all right, okay, I'll take a lower value dude and just fall in your lap.
You gotta understand, those women come up there and they try to disrespect him, and then he gives them the same energy. Then they cry victims. That's what I don't understand.
I mean, but we gotta understand that as red pillars, we understand that women is operating from a delusional standpoint. And matter of fact, they're not even delusional no more. They far past delusional. Look up hallucination. Look up the definition of hallucination. They are into hallucination stage right now. But we know that. You know what I mean? But if watching that is not going to get us to attract the help me, pretty much. It'll get us to know what to look for in a female that's not a help me. But watching that show is not going to get a man to find the help me. No, it's not going to work like that. We got to
let me just say something short. Let me just say something real tiny, real short, yeah. We don't just need more black love. We need more no games love. So we want the woman who's playing the least amount of games as possible. Literally.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Right.
Basics over everything. Just anybody here and everybody here is talking truth, right? I'm just saying for people out there that want to make this, as you said, overcomplicate.
I want to say something though. I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Can I drop something on y'all, right?
No, go for it, man. Go for it.
I got 4 daughters, right? And I realize in a lot of these groups, niggas don't want to really talk about the fact that we are the programmers of women. So if we the programmers of women and there's problems with women, then it goes back to how we programming women, right?
But you can't say that because not everybody got the king position. Not everybody took the king position in the gynocracy. So you gotta.
So this is what I'm saying. Since everybody didn't take the king position in order to acquire it, you have to self-assess.
That's
so the main ingredient for not having issues with women. Because let me tell y'all something, man. I got a bunch of baby mothers. And none of them taking me to court and doing none of that dumb shit. Some I give money to, some I don't, right? But it's because I align myself with certain. I don't got issues with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I could acquire more if I want to, right? So once you learn yourself and you form a core of who you are, because a lot of us don't, as men, don't have an identity. We just floating and picking up bits and pieces. You gotta put that shit together, make it dense. Formulate who you really are as a man, right? As a projectile.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then project. And then find pages, understand too, body counts, all these shit counts. When you meet women, ask them the gritty questions. Don't be playing no games. How many niggas fucked you? Ever fucked 2 niggas at the same time? Shit like that.
Need to know that.
You want to know? You need to know.
Absolutely. I'll be very honest with you. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know.
And that's why you gonna always have problems.
I don't. I mean, that thing is like,
you
why
always have problems.
I've had
I
women
can tell you scientifically why you always have problems.
I don't want to know that. That's just me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know the body
count. What he's trying to say is,
let me put it like this. I don't want to know the exact. Put it like this.
When you get into the science of talking to that with them, you penetrate in a particular place because your whole existence is about penetration, not fucking sitting back and getting whatever the fuck comes to you. So in order to penetrate, you got to get in her mind, her history, her memory, because that's competing molecules that you're going to be attaching your existence to.
Facts. Exactly. And y'all don't complicate. Guys, look,
I'm going to be straight with you. You got to start wanting to know what the fuck you're dealing with.
Right. And guys, don't complicate common sense here. What this brother
to me is just like, knowing that it's like, and I'm with that chick, I just want to, do my business. I'm not trying to know, oh,
listen, nobody.
What is your business though? What are you in it for? What are you even dating chicks for? To reproduce or not?
Women I slept with, she felt like she had to compete with me. It was weird.
So then that should be now. You should be able to assess that she got a high body count because she's competing.
And he's not necessarily saying to get the exact number. It's not what
right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just to peer into her to talk. So that you could know how you gotta command and topple whatever algorithm she acquired from other niggas before you. That's just reality.
Yeah,
if you're not doing that, then you're not reproducing. You're just fucking and having fun. So if you just want to fucking have fun, then say that so I could categorize you in this conversation as a brother that's gonna fucking have fun.
Let OK bring some. I just don't want to know. OK bring it together because I hear what he's saying. Okay, bring it together, uncomplicated for them.
Oh yeah, we didn't want to complicate common sense, man. Like, he broke it down beautifully though, so it's not even much for me to say. You don't want a promiscuous woman, point blank period. We're not asking for body counts in a number form. We're asking for history, really. You understand?
Right, it's the questions. He's saying ask the hard questions. That's where it starts. If she can't deal with the hard questions, then it's no need.
Put it like this, and this is a wonderful analogy. I'm glad the red pill community always brings it up. If you buy a car, you're gonna check it, right? You're gonna test drive it. You ain't just gonna take it for what it is. That's just simple, plain and simple. And what you're saying, Hawk, is to just take the car, just buy it.
It's not take the car. It's just the fact for me. It's just like to me, I just
you got a lot of sentimentality, bro. You got to kick that and put it in a particular section in your brain and engineer some shit to turn that emotion into some productivity.
I just I don't. That's what it is. For me personally, I just don't want to. To me, I just don't want to know. I'm just like,
that's cool.
So then you're not reproductive with women. Just say you want to have fun and just have fun with these
I'm
bitches.
reproductive, but I just don't have to know their history when it comes to that.
So
you know,
the woman that you want to reproduce with, would you not want her to have the lowest possible history, if you will?
It ain't. I get what he's saying, though, guys. It's not that he don't care about that. He's saying that
that's not
all
something
he's
I
saying
wanna
is
keep in my
he'd
head.
rather
Like,
not
I don't
know.
want to know your history of you.
Hopefully,
I get
it's
that.
not high.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not high. But if it is, I don't want to know that shit.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
that's
I
a
don't want to know
fact.
about like, you know.
So then you can't have a mastery over a woman, period, at no point in your life. So just drop out the whole red pill conversation.
Drop out of the conversation for what?
Yeah, because
somebody
when
got
you think
noise
about
in the
it, when you think
background.
about it,
Somebody got
you
noise
don't
in
even
the
care
Hold
about the
on.
mastery.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Somebody
Somebody
got
got noise in the
guys.
background.
It's gonna be hard for the truck drivers to hear us.
Somebody got noise in the
Listening in.
background. Let's do it like this. Black Call, give your point. Break your point down.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold the floor since she. So this is
no.
right?
Hard Talk Radio. My bad. Not Black. Hard Talk Radio.
Hard Talk Radio.
My point is just the fact is like I'm with a woman. I mean, you know, we talk about things, but if she's telling me like different men are like, I really.
Hey, Hard Talk. I think you got YouTube on in your background. We can hear background noise.
Whose background?
All right, you good. You good to go. We good. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the fact is like I really don't ask for that. You know, if it comes up, yeah, it's kind of brief, but I really don't go into the history of the past exes I've been with. You know.
Okay.
I just don't. It's just not something I do, and I've been with women that don't do it with me.
Can I speak on that, bro?
It's brief, and that's it.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Red pill.
Well, what the brother was saying to you, why it's important for you to know what you're dealing with if you're just out here or just drop out of the whole red pill truth, because some women are walking around as a mental illness, carrying so much garbage. Do you know if a woman has 3 or 4 abortions with male babies, it locks in the DNA in her brain, in her body? It actually does. It don't never go away.
Microchimerism.
So when she kills a bunch of kids, there was this chick that I love so much. I used to dig her. But one day she confessed the biggest truth to me that I had to eat it as the red pill. She looked like Holly Berry, and she had 30 abortions. Do you understand? That's someone I can never have a kid with, a family with, or nothing with, because a lot of these women won't tell you this, bro. So the brother who was telling you that on the phone was saying, look, if you don't know this information and you get a car without a Carfax and the 304 is approaching you and you liking her and you don't know she been with a pookie that killed 3 niggas and that's penetrated her spiritual bond, and she's walking around with all that energy. If she get pregnant, her and your baby, it's been proven. Anthony Spades proved that a woman can actually take the last 4 guys' subconscious thinking and download.
I would like to add to that too.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. The soul ties and the DNA that these women have when they.
What's that in the background? Who got something in the background?
I'm not sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, we it's just being precautious. It's nothing. Don't let nobody tell that you're a beta or you're a simp for even wanting to know. You should want to know your investments. You want a woman to be an asset, not a liability. The problem in our society, we are getting guys that's not even, Lucario, peace to him, and, AMS, that you don't want to be getting in situations where down the line you didn't vet a woman, and then it leads to problems later on, and then you get let down, and then your feelings get hurt. I've seen many guys that was high stature dudes that went places in the South, and they'll pop up and their wife had a whole nother life. It was a brother just recently was so mad at me that he called me on the phone and say, brother, I love you, I apologize, you was right, I'm glad I didn't marry the woman I was going to marry, even though you were still invited to the wedding to be my best man. I said, what happened? He said, man, I didn't know 4 years before she met me in her past, she was an escort. She was prostituting and everything. And you said something about her wasn't right, and I needed to not touch on her to marry her. So what I'm saying is, and speaking in relationships and to revelation, you got to know what you're dealing with, because these women today, they hide it very well. Jason Black had a good point. He says, after all this this pandemic is over with, a lot of guys, when they start dating, they need to start doing background checks because a lot of
If
women.
that's what you're saying, then I understand because I've had girlfriends and they told me their past like that.
Yes,
I'm talking about like women just freely just telling you their body count, freely just telling
hold on, red pill. Red pill. Every time someone else talk, you got to mute because that is coming from your background.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, say what you hold on. Say what you had to say, bro.
Yeah. So I was saying like, yeah, women have told me their past. Women have told me their past. They've told me things they've been abused. I've smashed and had relations with women that 2 degrees got money, but she's still smashing scumbags.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna come back in and out, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Red Pill, mute your mic real quick. I want to say one thing, and then I'll let Gus get in. Yo, I just want to say something, right? I don't mean no pun or nothing on something from radio, but I would wish and hope for you to understand that you really want to understand what you're dealing with, simply because it's for your safety.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I was just talking.
What if a real dominant ass nigga who you remember? You ever saw the meme, the YouTube video or whatever with the short little midget nigga got up on the bed and he was like, "Nigga, I'll fight for this pussy." and nigga came out of jail and shit. He was like, "Yo, you don't want to deal with no shit like that, but but yo, just on some basic shit, we gotta realize that we are nature itself, right? You can't have a woman going around with all this body count. You gotta also want to know that because you know yourself. In other words, if you a scumbag nigga who did and you changed your life and you got better, but you not official that you could have been had you not been scumbag in your 20s, then you probably deserve a woman with 2 or 3 abortions. You see what I'm saying? It's probably because you have the psychology to amass her shit because maybe you bodied 3 niggas. You get what I'm saying?
It ties in, guys. It ties into that spirit. Remember, guys, that Lilith spirit is still out here.
Right.
Lilith ran off. So you gotta
even
know.
in the demonic state, you still a demon that evolved.
That's Eve. You gotta know that. You know what I mean? And you're gonna know because the promiscuous ones tend to be the Liliths.
That's the absolute facts. And you got to know that.
The promiscuous ones tend to be the Liliths.
The Bible even tries. The Bible tells you that a simple man does what you're doing right now. Doesn't care about the past of a woman. And we said it earlier. It's equivalent to a bull being led to a slaughterhouse.
Man, I care about the past. I've always, that usually comes up talking with them. It's just that I don't.
No.
When they start asking things about the body count,
care is an action word. So in order to care for it, you got to respond to this reality.
When I come up and say my stuff, you share they share yours, you share theirs. If you share yours, they're gonna feel a type of way. That's the thing. I understand knowing their history. Don't get me wrong. I've known quite a lot of females' history.
You said if a man shares his sexual history with a woman, then they feel
That's
some type
my
of
experience. Way. They feel a type of way. They may feel intimidated. They feel like, oh, he got more experience than me, or they may look at you funny.
They know. Like honestly, with me, the more women I have, the more women want you. Like to me,
even
they
virgins
want to know. They want that.
Even virgins say it. You ask your average virgin.
Anytime.
I can say something on that.
Listen. You can ask your average virgin, would she rather have sex with a man that's a virgin or that has experience? 9 times out of 10, she would rather have sex with the guy with experience.
Pretty much. But then women want to say like, well, how come it's that way for them? But not women don't understand
because
it's
in
very
Stop thinking about that shit, bro.
Right.
That type of well, if it's this way for me and not this way for you, that type of shit is just about whorish women trying to reduce your potential. That's all that is.
Let me ask you a question.
Right.
Let me ask you a question, Radio. Let me ask you a question, Radio.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think a man and a woman are equal?
We're not equal. No.
Okay.
Equal to be respected, but we're not equal.
Of course, equal to be respected.
Because what I was about to say is this: like when you say like a woman wants a man with experience, right? And women want to try and have it in reverse. You know, like you said, the horse woman. But there are women who probably are not horse who still think they want it. It's like this: a man that has a key that can open a lot of locks is a master key, but a lock that can be opened by any key is a crappy lock. Women don't like hearing this, but that is the facts, and this is why we're not equal, but we have to be equally respected.
But the thing is, what you just said contradicts your logic from earlier. Because wouldn't you want to know if you got a crappy lock? Like, wouldn't you want to know if
how many keys can open that?
Man, like you can know a person's history, like their family and stuff. Like, you know, they come from a 2-parent home, 1-parent home. You know, brief stuff like that. But if you want to be like telling me all this stuff, like, man, I banged this dude, I banged that dude, that's when it's a turnoff, and I'll just walk away from you. I'll just leave you alone.
So you got to get sexually mature. You got to mature your mind, because you're not a virgin, and most chicks you gonna meet is not gonna be virgins. Y'all got shit, y'all got history and all types of shit written on you. So you need to combine that information on a conscious level so that your bodies can perform accordingly.
Absolutely, more men are virgins than women today.
That's a fact.
Right. But you know, there's certain things you just kind of leave out. There's certain things you just keep to yourself. There's certain things I have this, I've done this, I've done that. There's certain things I'll keep to myself. That's just
Do you believe a woman have a right to privacy when you're invested in her? I don't, but do you?
It depends.
Oh, okay.
No,
it deepens,
ain't no privacy.
You know you depends sound like deepens.
No.
So you're digging a deep hole.
Ain't no privacy.
No, it depends on
me and
certain
Mrs. Goodbread, we don't play that privacy game, yo. What is that?
The fucking privacy, nigga. Nigga, let me, man. Smartphones, all that shit getting routed to my phone, bro. Emails, text messages, all that, because it's about her safety too. It ain't just about
right. I'm glad you said that.
That transparency in a relationship, fine.
I got a rule. Let me tell you something. I got a crazy rule that to outsiders sound like it's abusive and stuff, but my wife love it. Let me tell you something.
She's your wife.
Another man can't come to my house when I'm not there.
You gotta remember.
If I see a man in my house, that means I could kill the person in my house.
Hold on. You gotta remember what you just said is
important. She's not supposed to have a man in your house.
It's always gonna seem weird. Freedom, a flying bird is always gonna seem weird to the birds that stuck and trapped themselves in the cage. Remember that. So that's why you get that response, because that's not abuse. That's just you leading and she following. That's it. You got you a help me.
At one point, is it okay for a woman to constitute her own privacy when she is with a man?
No, that's like the guy
she begins to agree with you.
That's with the woman that's pro-choice. I can't be with you if you pro-choice, and if you are pro-choice, then you better reassure that I have a choice and I have a say.
Right.
Pro-choice is that's dangerous.
Bro, pro-choice just means that the woman is using other masculine energies to operate with and control you with it, and extract your life energy out of it, your time, so they could build the hologram that she's living in. Because you the programmer, so your time supports a hologram. See, when you meet a girl in the street, you just met a naked body, you and her. Just let's look at it like that, right? As time progresses and advances, everything you do begins to sustain an apartment y'all find together, a car y'all bought together. And all these things really is for her more so than you, because you would fuck her in the back of a dumpster if she let you and make the baby right there. You get what I'm saying? So the hologram is the way or the mode of your existence. This room I'm in right now, I'm fucking with this chick. This didn't exist for me when I first met her. You see what I'm saying? But now it does in this manner. So she don't got no fucking privacy, man, because matter of fact, once she give you her number, that's it.
She don't need none.
Privacy. When I say privacy, is the fact that when you start and you just beginning stages and trust is built.
Bro, this is a planet. This is a whole planet, bro. This is existence.
Can I say something? Let me drop something, if that's all right. Let me drop something, yeah?
Go ahead.
When the more I didn't finish. When you're in a relationship,
come on, guys. We all educational. We all educated on this platform, y'all. Come on, guys.
Let radio finish.
Yeah, when you're in a relationship, right? When you're just beginning a relationship, you're just getting to know the person, right? You're still private. There's still parts of you that's still private, and as it grows, then you let more of yourself from the privacy into to be known to that person. The more transparent you are, as long as there's trust built.
That's a given. I mean, that's a given.
You sound like you're talking about sparring partners or something, or a business partner or some shit. No, when you meet your woman and you know you're gonna mate with her, that's yours. Otherwise, she's somebody else. Period.
I'm talking about when you just getting to know the person in a
It's just a formality. That's just some shit you got in your head. That's make believe. You on the planet, female, you masculine, right? You bringing yourself consciously to the energy that is the portal. The type of portal you meet is based on the type of way you align yourself. If you fix your body up and your dad was good to a degree that he squeezed the sperm out that you are, and you got to be born handsome and shit, then it's less money work. Like I could be a bum ass nigga and still bag bitches. You get what I'm saying? If maybe you're not as good looking as me or some shit, then you gotta regulate and learn where you stand and then fix yourself spiritually. But you can't play these games where, okay, well, I just met her and this is no. Once you meet her, if you want her, you have to decide conscientiously, I am penetrating, I'm the dick. So you got to get over these little hurdles that you think you have to cross. That's just shit that other men who probably ugly and dilapidated create as culture, because men create culture and then women follow the culture to stop you from fucking getting in that hole.
RZA, you want to add to that?
You gotta know. You gotta be cautious and know what you're dealing with. That's the thing. That's what I've learned from my mistakes, and I learned that way.
I tell you what, my daughters will put no beats on you, bro. And they're not even horns.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. RZA, what's your point?
Yeah, but Mr. Goodbread, I'm gonna have to cut this short because I'm gonna try and fix up some. I gotta get some stuff ready. All right.
Hey, nice talking to you guys.
Thanks for everybody. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll see you guys later.
All right, for
sure. No doubt. We appreciate you, man.
Cool.
You had a point, bro?
RZA.
Yeah. I was saying this. I agree with exactly what the last brother was just saying, because it's funny because the way he was talking to me is how my oldest taught me. Listen, when we talk to girls, it's our way.
Right.
We're here. We're stepping in the situation. You're listening to what the hell I gotta say. This ain't up for a debate. This ain't up for opinion. This ain't nothing. I'm just coming to 100% as the guy I am. Period.
Right.
You fucking think you're questioning and you're telling how this is going to be or what you think this is going to be. No, I'm going to lay the law and tell you what it is.
Basically gaming their own self out, thinking she's the one that's doing it.
Yeah,
and
like
they don't mind doing this shit.
They don't understand. They don't understand. Sometimes
where's the confidence?
They don't
Where's the
understand. It's a reason why she wants you. It's a reason why she wants you. So now you're gonna let her want you, and then once she gets you, you're gonna let her turn you into something that she don't want.
Right.
See
she wants you.
The issue. See, and that's the issue. Right. I'm gonna just keep it real. That's a teaching that you only learn from a woman. See, a woman will have a one-night stand with someone that she's not, completely interested in having a relationship.
Yeah, she's fucking him.
Right.
She's fucking him. No, he's not fucking her. She's fucking him.
Look, she'll have that one-night stand. She'll have that one-night stand, but she'll do all of that while you're getting to know her. And they say this all the time. They withhold access to themselves for the men that they so-called like, or whatever the case is. But these men are not bold enough to recognize that. That's why he said that.
And these guys, right? And these guys sound like the type of guys, right? To after she's finished doing the one night stand with them, they're calling her up. Baby, can we have a part 2, please? Baby, where are you? Text me back.
Right.
Where are you?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. You can't be the one that want to make a relationship. You want to make relationships. These guys,
like,
we can't force no relationship.
Niggas got to start basic. They got to start looking in the mirror on some basic shit like, I am a good-looking man.
Yeah, right.
But it go back,
healthy man.
It go back.
I have my fingers. I have my limbs.
They gotta start educating themselves and understand if God wouldn't take it, you don't gotta take it. And that's why it ties into what we was talking about today. Them basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's all it tells you. It tells you to respect yourself as if the God respected himself. and this man walked on water. So he expects you to honor yourself as if you can walk on water. No, he don't want you walking around here acting all egotistical, talking about I'm a God, I'm a God, I'm a God. But know that he carved himself and he carved you in the image of him. So ye is God, guys.
Point blank.
Yeah, like if a man's in his G mindset, then he's gonna get good results with women, period. Period. I don't want to hear none of this struggling talk and all this other shit. These guys gonna like this is hard with women. It's not hard. Accept them from how they are, accept them for how they come, and you make sure you come how you are. Yeah. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, fuck them. Who gives a fuck? Another one. What's wrong with guys?
Very well said.
And you know what you sound like? You sound like a so-called asshole, but that's who tends to get most.
That's what they like.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what they like.
No,
they love it.
See, this is red pill teaching ain't to get to know. Oh, let's get to know each other, and I don't know where this is going, and all. That's not red pill.
Yeah, what's that about?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Sounds like Disney.
That's a fact, though, red pill. Most of these women.
I wanted to share something, man.
Most of these women are emotional, damaged, and unavailable, and have daddy issues. They are narcissistic.
What if they're not even emotionally damaged? They just represent levels of you.
They
right.
And they is who they from hell of a mothers.
Hell of a mothers.
I always say, right? If you birth a child while you falling out of a plane, that child is born fallen. You get what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to become a parachute somewhere in mid-flight and figure out how to soften up your landing. You know, it's like a lot of us are born. It's like, you know, if you make a child through a toothpaste tube or whatever that's shaped like a star, you squeeze the toothpaste out, you come out a star, right? If the hole, the orifice on the tube is shaped like a star, that's how you're gonna come out. And a lot of us are the vaginal shape of our mothers is straight up hood shit.
Right.
You know, and this is what a lot of dudes don't. The vaginal shape of the woman you was birthed in has shaped you. The first therapy you got to do is come out of the shape or the mold of your mother.
Right.
Because your mother sound like the mold. She molds you.
Great breakdown.
Absolutely.
Boy.
You know?
Great.
So a lot of dudes don't get that.
Guys, we're going to get ready to wrap it on up. You know what I mean? It's been a great school session. It's been a great class, guys. We had a great class today. We kept it all the way above. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's so much value in this right here, guys. You guys got this video right here. I appreciate all of you guys for joining the panel.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go on and just all I gotta say is, guys, why you don't follow instructions? What's wrong with following instructions? And what's so hard about following instructions, guys? We got to follow these instructions if you want to live right. All right, guys?
That's right.
There's a book, a Hagar, where the prophet came to warn the Israelites about God coming, and God asked them to build a temple. And you think these guys built that temple? Just like God asked us to build a family. God asked us to just build a family. That's all. He said, take our legacy. Right now, guys, we understand we are under attack because Lilith's spirit they're the majority. We are under attack. But if we focus on ourselves, that's all the instructions tell us, is to focus on ourselves. You know what I mean? And if we do that, we'll come out winning. Really winning, not this fake it till you make it crap. All right. The object is to win, not look like you winning.
Fact.
And the only way you're gonna win, and I stand on this, you have my word. I will debate your favorite red pill coach, who probably steal all my content anyway. But I'll debate your favorite red pill coach, your favorite life influencer, your favorite worshiper, your favorite celebrity. I don't have no reason. Me and brother OKL, we have no reason to stand on anybody's neck or anybody's shoulders because we figured it out. We have our happiness. and we fulfilled. We don't speak from a bitter angle, guys. We don't speak from a desperate angle. We speak from a what the book say angle. All right. So that's all I gotta say, and we'll just go clockwise. Okay, then we'll go RKA, and then you'll take us out. The MVP.
So I want to say I appreciate both of these brothers on the panel. Very extensive information. You guys motivate me even more because it lets me know that there's more people out there. Every time I see another brother with his head on his shoulders thinking the correct way, I see generations to come. So I appreciate y'all for being on this panel. It's very important that y'all came. I also want the people to get them likes up, man. Y'all get them likes up. Subscribe to the channel. And we're gonna be back at y'all probably next week, Friday or Sunday. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna let these brothers go ahead and close out.
All right, then, nice one. Yeah, King's RK here. You know, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. Like, share, comment, subscribe to that if you want to. Follow if you want to. It's up to you. It's there. It's all for free. But what I wanted to say when we're signing that and closing is this. It's basically, guys, man, just work on your self-confidence seriously. Don't come into life or come into anything or deal with these women with this iffy mindset, this 50-50 mindset, this I'm not too sure, whatever, man. You're supposed to be a boss out here in your mind. Yeah, wherever you step, wherever you go, that's where you plant your feet and that's where you're at. You get me? So deal with everything from that angle. And more time you can't go wrong, even if you fail. It's going to be good for you, trust me, because it's like you went into everything like 100%. You get me? So make sure you do that. And yeah, one of the brothers, thank the brothers for being on the panel, man. You know, first time doing it.
Thank you for coming.
Nice one.
Yo, thank you guys for existing, man, because I be having thoughts like, you know, it's time to destroy the universe and shit. But because y'all exist, then I know that my continence grows, you know? So thank y'all. And I also wanted to say, man, listen, man, sex is for reproduction. We got to remind ourselves that every now and then. We're a little jaded. People abuse us. You know, this particular body I'm occupying right now, you know, I've been touched a little as a little kid. So I was oversexed and hypersexed, fucking. So a lot of us are like that. But we got to always remember that sex is for reproduction. Make it a mantra in your mind, so you only fuck with a woman if you have no issue seeing yourself making babies. That's just on first base. So don't even waste your time talking to a chick if you just know off first base just how she's dressed, her voice. I don't want to make no baby with that bitch.
Right.
Don't even bother trying to talk to her. Don't let yourself get seduced or sexualized with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your dick could get horny in a hot cup of water. You know that, right? You put your dick in the warm water and it'll get hard.
Yo, listen, guys. True
control
story,
your shit.
yo. I want to give a shout out to my brother, right, y'all. Listen, y'all don't even understand. Like, he's like my consultant. This is my therapist, yo. I ain't even mean to blow it up though, but bro. Okay, L, like before I link with you. When I started the channel and I needed some info, right? Or when I was feeling, you start doubting yourself because when you go as hard as I go, man, G, that doubt creep in. And this brother right here, he reached out to me and it's been real like that since too. Like he's one of the gods, man. He's
manifested in the form of some old scumbag trying to argue with you and shit. And so the doubt has to take a form because it needs to seat somewhere in the external world for you to, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was this old scumbag dude or whatever, he was looking for angles where he could just chisel at your psychology. Because I could do that. You know, I could look at you and be like, well, you with this woman and that person and you do this and your face this way and I'm this way. And you could do the same shit too. You could look at me and hey, you a sellout nigga. You with white bitches and all types of stupid shit. Yeah. You know, all these angles to pick at your spirit so that you wouldn't win.
Right.
So ultimately, you know, I know my energy when I see it, so I want my energy to win. You feel me? So, you know, don't doubt yourself. And then what happened is the people that doubt you would stay the fuck away from you because you don't doubt yourself. So there's no body embodiment to occupy that spirit.
I love it, man. I love it, man. And this is why I tell you guys, get around people that's like-minded or greater-minded. Because you listen, look at this. we are the sum of each 4 people on this panel right here. That's what make us great, guys. We are the sum of the 4 people you share the most with on a daily basis. So if the person that you always with ain't nothing, guess what? You ain't nothing. And on that note, guys, it was all written. I hope everybody had a great time, entertaining. I had a great time, you know what I mean, guys? Until next time, guys, y'all already know. We'll see y'all, guys, and it's over.
Hey, thank you, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you,
Thanks for
man.
the chance,
RZ, Ayo, much love to you. I know it got to be like 1 o'clock in the UK right now. Shout outs to you, man.
Shit, London. Man.
You gonna feel it in the morning, man.
Yeah, man. We on skills and drills and all that army shit in the morning, so it's gonna be crazy.
All right,
it's gonna be crazy.
All right, y'all.
Man.
Respect, love, y'all. Shout outs to the chat. And thanks for everybody that tuned in. Thanks for all of the super chats. Love y'all.
Absolutely.